a little bit.
Where?
We're still level 10, right?
Yes, we are still level 10. You didn't magically level up.
We just leveled up like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a good try. I mean, I suppose you don't get if you don't ask.
In fairness, if we had killed that giant thing that was out there, the giant worm.
Maybe.
Again, you get some experience, but not quite enough to get up into level 11.
That's why I left it there. That's why I didn't kill it or help Jimmy.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I couldn't get experience. I wasn't even bothered.
Jesus Christ! I feel like Donald Trump now.
You just need an orange caterpillar on your head.
Oh, it's still called Orc Slayathon Middle-earth Shadow of War.
Oh, so it is. Yes, I will adjust that because I was playing that on stream. Dungeons and Dragons. Toxic
We also
Streams.
determined I could do sitcom characters now.
Well, no, you can get away with Paddy Dixon. And
Fuck up!
Go on the file.
Private Fire.
You know how much I've had to put up with that in work? And all the photographs that have been taken with me with a picture of Paddy Dixon beside him.
What about Private Pile? This is my rifle and this is my gun.
Also,
Metal Jacket.
Game of Thrones, Lord
My leg and
Varys.
This is my bum.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that really
definitely.
would work, wouldn't it?
If you could do a Varys quote, that'd be good. If you know any.
Not with my glasses off. I can't read shit.
Do you not know any, like, off the top of your head?
Hang on.
Then again, saying that, I don't think I know any Varys quotes off the top of my head.
Nope.
It's fine. Yeah, so yeah, we're playing with Varys, or oh god, who is it from DC
Yes,
Comics?
I am. Varys.
Superman.
Man.
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. You alright with Lex Luthor?
No, the best one I've gotten so far is you're now the Kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah, that would work as well.
Yeah, Kingpin from Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah.
A Daredevil, yeah, definitely as well.
Yeah.
That works.
And the worst one so far is, Oi! Fat Baldy!
That's pretty harsh, is that
As
one?
long as nobody says you're a skinhead, it's fine.
But to be fair, that was my mum when she saw me.
Oh, that's alright, yeah, family do it, then it's fine. No problems there.
She was there the first time I was fat.
No way. He's got a little bit of Benny Hill going on.
Speaking of Benny Hill, who wants to run around the snow for a couple more hours?
Me.
Yes. So now that we're all here, welcome to the continuing adventures of Tempest Hostis in the Long Slumber, featuring me and a host of people who are all still alive, technically.
Yay!
So, who would like to recap on the events of last session?
Oh, let me.
Hang on.
That kind of covers it, yeah. Does someone want to maybe go into a bit more detail than that?
I can add some details to that. No!
We were we just not long left the cavern area where people we got that mace. Well, Giles got that mace from the bottom of the cavern, and we started making our way a bit further south, and we came across some tracks in the snow, which happened. We decided to follow them after a discussion. It was we're a democracy here, so nice.
Do things together.
We do things together. So we started just following the tracks, and we came up across a group of mammoths, which we decided with nature it'd be cool to try and sort of get a ride on one. And
Also, like to walk to try and get a ride on one.
yeah, back in Akima sort of blinked, and I don't know how Akima got up there, but Akima got up on top of this. Misty stepped up to the top of this mammoth. Then the mammoth freaked out and started bolting it forwards.
Yeah, weird that.
Along with the two other mammoths. So we, the people that weren't on it, decided to carry on running, and I picked up Giles and put him on my shoulder because he was just sort of going, "Bye, mama." After a bit more running and a lot more running,
I fell.
Yeah, Akima fell. I threw Giles from my shoulder onto the tail of the
It
mammoth.
was so much fun.
To cut this a bit shorter, we managed to sort of convince the mammoth to calm down and go where we wanted it, to which we basically turned back round and went to where we saw the tracks the way we were going, then continued to go down south, and we came across a fork in the road, so to speak, and set up. We made a nice igloo,
Yes,
a very
Jimmy.
nice igloo.
Yes. It's fine.
And then we started started sleeping for the night, and then rumblings came from the ground, and giant ice worm things came from the floor, and we fought some more of them, and then an even bigger ice worm came from the floor. And
it's a centipede because it has arm.
Yeah, it was a centipede.
Oh, centipede. Sorry, my bad.
That's fine.
Centipede. The even bigger centipede came from the floor, and it ate Vac, and now Vac is dead. And we're
We
all
have a
here.
blink dog, so we're all cool.
Yeah. But we have a blink dog, so that's cool. And we
Yeah.
sort of left it there with everyone's now in despair and
Yeah, just
sure what's
the
going on.
it's just the break of morning. So yeah. So yeah, you let's see who we got. Watgar, Dax, and Giles. You're stood around the point of exit where the creature dove down into the earth with your friend. You spent a few minutes trying to dig, but eventually your hands just start to get too cold. The rocks just start to get too hard to dig through. You can't make it through. Zeshkul is sort of pawing and clawing as well, trying to get in, and you're having no luck. What's everyone want to do? The mammoth at this point the mammoth starts to run away. It's having none of this and starts going back the way you came.
At least we kept our promise to him. It's safe.
Yes.
So what's everyone gonna do?
What time is it?
Yeah, it's early-ish kind of morning.
Did any of us actually get a rest?
Yes, I will say that you get a long rest, and then there was the encounter.
Okay.
I'm going to do my skeleton
Okay.
because I didn't actually finish it off.
Yeah, you now that everything has
That's
calmed
alright, so
down
you've done
and you
mine
got a
from
moment
the,
to yourself, you take the skeleton aside and you spend time the ritual of necromanting, and yeah, you summon a skeleton from the body of the
Which one is it? Is it this one?
skeleton that
I'm-
you had.
Gonna sit in the pile of ice that I've been throwing up with Jeskel, just kind of like half-heartedly picking my way through ice now,
Brilliant.
looking very unhappy.
Come on, roll 20.
I'm going to go down this way, and I'm going to say if everybody does anybody need that extra bit of goodness flowing through them? Does anyone need a healing touch, so to speak?
I could use a little bit.
Me.
I could use a pick-me-up.
My
And I
zombie
thought,
does.
I can't heal zombies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Kevin.
They're already dead.
Kevin's like holding its arm like.
Yes, so Akima, you raise up the skeleton. As you're doing so, you notice that it's wearing a pouch, like a kind of a rucksack, not a rucksack, like a side satchel type thing.
Oh, I'll have a rifle.
You have a
through
rummage
its
around, and you feel that there is there's a small, what looks like a rolled up piece of parchment.
That is for everybody within 30 feet of me.
Oh yeah, so anybody who needs healing gets 16 hit points.
I think I did that
So
right.
yeah, you don't need to put yourselves there, but I'll just assume that you kind of gather round if you need healing.
16. Right.
Soon.
Do we have time for a short rest as well?
You can have a short rest
Well,
if you want.
this takes me 10 minutes to do. So, it's like a ritual. So I'll be like,
Oh, that's
Oh, you're
good.
doing it as a ritual. Cool.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Then do another one.
But yeah,
Is anyone-
you can sit down and have a short rest if you want. You've got time. You got as much time as you would like to spend.
So if it's a ritual, does it cost a spell thing or not?
No.
No.
It just means
Ah,
that it costs
fucking,
extra time to cast.
So you
Okay,
can
well,
basically,
I-
it's a ritual means you can cast it during combat. That's basically.
Okay, well, I'll
Without-
do it again. Where is it? There.
So basically, you continue to cast this until we're all fully healed.
I could spend 10 minutes just going.
Yeah, you can sit around and just kind of, as a short
Energy
rest.
pulsating from me.
Dax heals you up, and if anybody wants to just, then you would be able to just sort of kind of sit down, gather yourself together. Anything that recharges on a short rest, that would do. But yeah, if you want to do that, Dax, you can do.
I'm full. Thanks, Dax.
I need to make sure I add what I've done from healing you. Well, I heal myself anyway, so that's 60, 70, 80. I'm not going to pull anyone. Does anyone else need anything, or is everyone good now?
I'm good. But what about Vac?
We will have to find Vax another morning. I think
Zeskull. He's got no one to ride him.
You look up to the top of the ridge, and you just kind of see Zeshkull kind of just sort of sat there, pawing at the ground, like just a harrowing, soulful, yeah, very sad.
Vodka sort of walks to the dog and says, "Come here, puppy." And sort of starts petting the dog. Love
Just
and
as
affection.
a note, you say Zeshkull, come down here. Zeshkull is not moving from that point. Just kind of paws at the ground, looks up at you with those big sad puppy eyes.
What are we gonna do? We can't exactly leave the doggy here.
Well, I
We're
think
gonna
we
freeze
should
to death.
tell it to come. Tell it to come with us.
I can't really make it, considering it just blink away.
I'm going to go up and cast this on the blink dog.
Okay. Tongues. As you reach forward to touch, Zeshkull, dashes back out of the way.
Okay.
Just kind of just gets its. You can see its shoulders, heckles. I don't know. You know, a dog's like. You
Yeah.
can see it's. But no, not like angrily, just like afraid at this point.
Right, so we got some footprints to follow, alright?
Yep.
Where do they go?
They led.
Maybe we
They led to this
Maybe
point.
if we hurry, maybe if we hurry after the footprints.
Give me a
deal with this thing, we can collect the dog on the way back before it's dead.
With
Giles, give me a survival check to see if you can pick up on footprints or anything. Or
with
tracks.
the dog blinking away before I touched it, would that mean the spell's expended or not?
No, because you didn't touch the creature. It blinked away before it got the chance to. Yeah, Giles, you. It is very hard to see at this point, as there has been a lot of snowfall, which does seem to be hiding tracks and things fairly well. But you do roughly make out a couple of large-sized human footprints. Look like they're heading that direction. So sort of basically south on the map. And from your direction, that's like east. So there's
Cool.
there's some footprints that look like they're heading east. But yeah, they are like loose, and you have to spend a few minutes just to sort of check them exactly.
I don't remember, did anyone cast food last night? Is the food still about?
I don't know if you did.
I didn't. Not last night.
Okay. Well, we should probably eat before we head out.
Hey.
Kima, you feel as you sort of watching Giles kind of just plod forward and kind of feeling out the road. You feel just a very minor kind of like a burning sensation on your left shoulder, like on the back.
Okay.
Just kind of.
Just look, sort of look on my shoulder, see what's happening.
You can't see anything. Well, you look over your shoulder, there's your 2 zombie minions just... And the skeleton minion as well, just kind of stood there. Actually looking towards, almost watching Giles at this point. You sort of see as Giles is kind of like dipping forth between these various footprints, you see the skull of the skeleton just kind of... as he's going.
Yeah, Giles keeps a wide berth from all the dead and isn't particularly keen on Akima either.
Well. Whatever have I done to you?
Oh, we are going to kill a dragon. He's a
Right,
dragon
I'm just
ball
going to need...
So, I have a liquid breakfast? Or are we gonna eat, or what?
I could knock something up, I'm sure. We can
I
save some.
think liquid breakfast is good as well. Don't you? Want some ale?
Boom. Okay, done that. There we
Dude,
go.
dude.
And another thing. Let's take some with us. We don't. This'll be for tonight as well.
Good me. And I'll shove a meal's worth in my pack.
Of the ale, did you say?
No, of the food and water.
Oh, sorry, I'm doing other things. I didn't hear you. That's fair enough.
I also fill my water glass.
That's fine. There's some people just sometimes, there's just little things that they forget to. But it's fine. We love them anyway. What?
Just anyone who wants some ale, I think we should drink to that.
That would be the correct thing to do.
Yes, I'll have one.
I pour everyone out some ale. It's our little red doggy friend and the doggy he was riding.
I throw some meat over in the dog's direction. I can't remember his name.
Go on.
And I'll
You
say,
throw some meat out. There's nothing there. You see a few footprints that lead off into the snow.
The doggy's gone. The dog's gone. I think we should make haste while there's light.
I hope he's fine, but he is a Fey origin. Probably just went back where he came from. Hopefully.
Sure, good doggy. Speaking of good doggies, and I'll hang my mug on my pack. We should go this way. Look, there's big footprints, and I'll draw one on the ground where there is a footprint with my finger.
Oh, so you draw another footprint.
Yeah, they're going in the right direction.
You look out there, and next to this kind of rough sort of shape of snow, there's a very crudely drawn human footprint drawn in the snow.
This way! And I'm going to head off into the snow.
Okay.
I follow.
Me as well.
Yeah, might as well.
Awesome. Cool. Alright, so you all start trudging off towards that direction. As you're heading down out through the snow, it's fairly... The terrain starts to rise up slightly. You definitely notice that you're starting on a little bit of an incline, and off in the distance you can see the peaks of these of large mountains off in the distance that you seem to be walking towards. After a couple of hours pacing, and it is a little bit harder actually now. I should say that now that originally Vac was kind of pacing the way and making sure that you can move well through the snow. It's proving a little bit more difficult. You're having a little bit more trouble with it, but you're sort of picking up some of the things that he was doing, and it's not too terrible. But yeah, after about 2 hours or so, you come across on the side of what looks like like this kind of path that's being trodden. To the left-hand side, you notice this kind of 4-5 foot tall kind of looks kind of like just a mound of snow, just kind of built up. There doesn't seem to be anything else around it. It's literally just kind of this sort of shape on its own.
Right, I'll scramble up on top of it, just being completely oblivious, and Giles is just going to shade his eye from the sun and peer back along the little column of people. Is everyone here? and I'll fall off.
You fall off. As you fall off, your body sort of scrapes along some of where the snow is, and it's actually kind of slippy. It's not like a rock. This is almost just like ice, and you kind of stumble a bit on some things that like point out of the ice. Looks like there's something inside the ice.
And I'll point out.
It's like it's not a solid block of ice.
Olga starts clearing snow to see if there's anything in the ice.
You start brushing over the snow. You see a humanoid-looking body. Looks to be a hooded kind of figure. Between 4 and 5 feet tall. I'm not entirely sure yet.
More dead ones.
Does anybody know what this is?
You quiet, scary dragon.
Yeah. I need more bodies.
Can I have a look to see if I can tell?
You can't have my eyes. Gonna pickle it on before you get it. And I'll take another swig.
You spend a few moments just sort of going over it. You're seeing what look like taloned feet, feathers, which is strange, and like a beady eye, just sort of peering in a direction. This looks like a very rare race of humanoids known as the Kenku.
It's a Kenko.
It's a bird person.
They make very good drinking. Kenko.
And as you're sort of investigating the body, Dax, you notice the eye just looks in your direction, just kind of looks at you.
Hey, should we do something to the poor fella?
What? Do you understand what I'm saying? And like looking directly back at him.
You see the eye kind of just like shudder slightly, but.
Do I know anything about the Kenku?
What do you know about the Kenku? They are despite them being of bird-like origin, you know that their history is that long ago their ability to fly was kind of taken from them, and their wings kind of over the years kind of just reverted back, so they lost a lot of their flying abilities. They're generally kind of the rare ones that you do see, if you've ever seen them before. They often end up just being beggars. Roguish individuals of that sort of nature. They kind of tend to have an affinity with the lower level of society, but you know they're not necessarily like bad creatures as much as humans are bad creatures. You know, there's good ones, there's bad ones.
Do I know anything that would have kept it alive inside a solid block of ice?
You can give me a history check.
Can we eat it?
One guy takes out his axe and starts bashing at the damn thing.
Give me a dexterity, just a straight dexterity check, Wargar.
Yeah.
You're not entirely sure what could have been keeping this thing alive in the snow.
Don't do that, Wargar. It could be dangerous.
Yeah, you managed to nick away some of the. Are you going for anywhere in particular, or are you just taking your time to kind of
to get as much ice off really fast. The initial start, so we can get them.
Yeah, you start. You try and chip away some of the ice. But this is a solid block of ice.
Well,
you can see like there's a little bit of as you're sort of chipping certain pieces away. You can almost sort of feel that the creature inside is moving ever so slightly, but really faint moves.
Giles is going to scurry over and hide behind Kraylin and go, "Well, Kraylin, there's let it out the scary thing. It's alive in the ice."
Does anybody? One guy says this while chopping at it. This thing is. Does anybody know any magic that could help?
I think Kraylin does.
Expel if this is magic.
He's in a spider form for some reason. Perhaps we should just. I don't know. There's not a lot I can do.
Are you spider form, Kraylin, or?
I was, and nobody had noticed the whole time.
No, I noticed. Yeah. I was like, is he going to mention anything?
I'm gonna now come out of the form and go, too many legs to deal with. Yes, I can try to get this fellow out.
All I've got is like fiery spells.
Fiery spells would probably help.
I could.
Da da da. There we go.
Can't touch him.
Yeah, you wouldn't really be touching the actual creature, you would only get to the ice.
That's why I need to make a hole, bigger hole.
Though I'm pretty sure you have a cantrip that you would be able to use in this situation, one that you have used before.
Crazy.
I got fireball.
Yeah, a well-aimed firebolt kind of would probably do some helpful of melting this ice.
Oh, yes.
As you're sort of
fire.
as you're thinking about like what you can do, you hear a faint coming from inside the ice.
It's whistling.
That's a good idea, and I'm going to go up and like douse the side of the iceberg with some of my spirits, and then take my flint and tinder and light it.
Yeah, there's a gentle flame.
Fire.
Gentle flame just kind of ripples up this frozen Kenku. Akima, do you want to help out with the fire at all?
I'll cast fireball to
Yeah.
gently melt the ice.
Cool. Yeah, between the two of you, the gentle simmering from Giles's flaming spirits and a few well placed firebolts, and you slowly start to work free the body of this Kenku.
I'll help too.
Kenku.
Shillelagh!
Yes, you work together and you have freed this Kenku. Drops down to the floor to its knees.
Is it on fire?
It's not on fire, no.
Is it on fire?
I'll poke it. Are you alive?
You feel yourself free of the ice, and you can. Yeah, you sort of look around at these people who've kind of just freed you.
Is it
The eyes kind of like
Christmas?
just
Who
look
ordered the
up.
frozen bird?
The eyes kind of like look up at Akima, and the mouth is kind of like opens very slightly, like the weird kind of beak. It's like, Pinky,
It's pigs!
it's very cold.
Hey,
Kind
you
of like
want to
shivers
go?
slightly.
Are you evil?
How in the world are you still alive while being cased in ice?
Might say magic. Could be just luck.
Aye.
Any particular kind of luck?
The really good kind.
Oh, I like that kind. Well,
What's
get
your
up,
name?
get
Bird
up
boy.
off the ground then, man.
I kind of heard two things at once there.
So what's your name, big boy?
It kind of like turns to
Walk out.
Whatgar, and there's like a very slight kind of mumbling noise from its beak, like
Please to me,
What was
the kind of like shakes his head. You can call me Mumble.
Mumble.
Aye, come on, then.
I don't know if I trust anything that can be frozen in ice and then soak afterwards.
And here, just a moment of like, it's like, trust anything frozen in ice.
Swam? How's your life with luck?
I didn't hear that.
How is your life with luck?
Are you alive with luck?
Shit.
Mumble.
How am I alive?
How are you alive? I'm allowing artistic license here.
So, as Mumble kind of like thinks about that,
You know that you haven't been
See?
frozen for long. A lot of time has passed since.
so kind of like looks up and you can see like from like the hooded kind of like call over his head, there is like a slight kind of glow of the feather, and the hood kind of he like lowers his hood a bit to shake kind of like ice and snow kind of free of it. There was kind of a weird kind of pattern going up from like the chest area up across up to the top, like at the beak, and it's like the feathers themselves, kind of like the color of it is kind of like dyed and kind of like shifting slightly, and it kind of glows for a moment, and it kind of like starts to settle back down again. It's kind of like a weird kind of twisting pattern that kind of goes up through the feathers of it. It seems more like the glow itself is coming from the actual skin, but it seems to be going through the feathers itself as well.
Everyone give me a history check.
History.
A history check.
Okay. I have that on this page.
Check.
Wow.
Oh dear, natural one from Giles.
Oh, did I get a 1? Oh, good, I can re-roll that.
Oh, nice.
I got 13. Woohoo!
Okay.
Not that I did much better.
Nope. Not much at all.
No, unfortunately not. Whatgar and Akima, you notice the marking and pattern on Mumble's feathers and this sort of glow that's sort of almost that's coming from underneath. It looks similar to something that you've seen, but almost like it's kind of a hand-done hand. The instances of this you've seen before have been much more carefully put onto the person. These are dragon marks, and from what you know about dragon marks is that they are generally marked out to distinguish people from certain houses of certain guilds in cities and towns. So generally there will be people of, for example, a merchant's kind of guild will all have this kind of very similar looking dragon mark, and usually they're like tattooed onto the person's skin. Though you know that generally they are to, for example, the let me just double check. The let's just see.
Is that kind of right? Like what you kind of look like?
No, there aren't like longer.
No, they're more like crows.
Yeah, they're more like crows. They don't have long feathers around the hands. Their wings over time have just sort of shrunk back down, so it's more just like the talons. So they are generally just like humans, but they have bird feet, feathers,
Think
and a bird
Arakoa
face.
from World of Warcraft.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
For example, Whatgar, you know that there is the mark of warding, which is a certain dragon mark, which is only worn by dwarfs. The house of was it finding that we said for you, Mumble?
Detection.
Yeah, the house of detection, which is the one that you see, is normally worn by half elves, and it's very unusual to see it on the feathers of a kenku. It's kind of like a mark of who they are.
How did you get those? And sort of full point towards the mark.
Kind of like just runs a hand through the area, like a very good stylist.
Hey, you'd know better than I. Or do you know that the marks are something rare?
Anyone who can live in an iceberg and hasn't tried to kill us yet is a friend of mine. Want some ale?
Well, either way, I think we should all keep moving. We're going to freeze it. We're all going to be stuck in an iceberg if we're not careful.
Okay.
Everyone here for the moment.
Will you be joining us?
Or will I?
Chibi's
Mumble.
character, which I can't remember what the name was.
Mumble.
Mumble.
Kind of like just looks up, kind of like his eyes kind of go wide. Wait, where's the dragon?
Dragon? And I'll go and hide behind
Are
Crow.
you talking about her? And point towards Akima.
There was a dragon, and it came through the village, blew everything up. Lots of fire.
We are currently tracking a dragon to kill it.
I have some bad news. The village didn't make it.
Yeah, I was there. It was cold though, really hot. Sorry, words difficult. Kind of like realize that it's kind of like looking off up to the side, trying to choose the right words. I'm here as well for the dragon.
Hey, are you working for the dragon or are you there to kill it?
Oh, I'm here to kill it.
Then you're welcome to join us. Or at least for a while. Die. I could be this.
Just nods. Shall we go then? We go kill the dragon for the church.
Oh, it's giant.
Giant Kenku. I'm just saying things as you're still on the represent as bird person because I haven't put your name in.
Sorry, we've just lost one of our friends, and you seem to be as articulate as he was, and it just keeps reminding me of him.
My condolences.
Well, come on, let's be on. I don't want to catch my death out here. And with that, I start heading off with the whichever way the footprints were going. Was it more south?
Towards the east, it was going. Yeah,
Towards
you sort of
east.
noticed this path going east.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. Is Twitch TV still working?
I don't know. Should be, unless it has frozen and died.
Oh, there we go. It's back on my screen, so that might be it.
All right, cool.
Fastest internet my ass.
I didn't notice anything on my end, but yeah. So
Sorry, might just be my end.
okay, so you set off down the path.
Yes.
Well, up the path, I suppose.
Path down the path.
Okay,
down the path.
Yeah, you all start heading east. It comes to about sort of mid-afternoon as you start pacing up through the snow, and you realise that you are starting to come now to the very foot of these mountains in front of you. You're seeing large spires of unnaturally looking made shards of like ice, like piercing up out of the ground at various angles as you start to get closer to the mountains, almost like mimicking the mountains in places. Dax, you definitely notice that this is kind of a giant kind of construction. It's kind of something that they use to mark out their sort of territory.
Up ahead, see the jagged ice spikes? They're pointing like this and like that. It's a sign of giants.
Sign of giant ice. Those things are massive.
Yeah, we're talking like 70, 80 feet high, just like spires of ice. Maybe like 40 feet thick at the bottom.
Giants use them to mark out their territory. I believe this is the edge of it, so if we stray further past these spikes, giants will be there.
So we're going back, right?
We need to kill the giants to get the dragon.
And I can have a giant army.
Giant army, you just sound cool, but nice warm tavern. That sounds cool too.
I tell you what, I'll
get stew on it when the fire dragon burns the bell.
I suppose the tavern back in that town there was pretty hot at one point, but now it's just icy ruins.
Good point.
If you'd like, I can go up and scout around a little bit. But Mumble, just to let you know, don't be jealous of the fact that I can fly.
It's a very quiet Mumble. Motherfucker.
Would you like me to check, or are we just going to turn back? I think if they spot you, they'll alert us. It'll alert them that we're coming.
If they spot a bird.
This is true. I forgot. You're not.
I wasn't going to flap my giant blue arms.
Have you seen any other bird here?
Not much nature about.
Yes! In ice!
He holds up his hand. Can't fly!
I'm not on about you. I'm on about birds like crows and blackbirds.
Is giants that smart?
I don't think a bird would be too out of the ordinary.
I think it would be in this situation.
Well, that is a fair point. I can go invisible if you like, and
Oh, we should just go find Dragon and give her a good
How
killing.
about we just all go
home.
stealthily? If we all just move really sneakily.
Sneaky.
Sneaky.
I can do sneaky. And I'll trip over and fondle my face.
Hey, you're right, says one guy, and sort of hits his chest with sort of like a bang, which results in a lot of chimey noises.
Yes, I also lift up my arms with me wearing my own chainmail going, you're right. Perhaps.
I point to my zombies.
You hear a few
Yeah,
clacks
they
as
must be.
clacks as the skeleton sort of moves in place. Still, oddly, you sort of like look at almost staring now at Giles.
I think my skeleton likes you, Giles.
You keep your spooky skeletons away. You can't have my help.
Okay, well, we'll let Kraylin...
Mumble just kind of like looks between Dax and Watgar and Akima, mimics a sound that Watgar and Dax made with the metal armor, like just shik, and then spooky skeleton. You can wait here. I'll go have a walk. Sneak.
For me. And I'll like look back at the skeletons and scamper after Mumble.
Mumble just kind of like looks to the rest, like with almost like pleading eyes.
It's a mumble number 5. I'm joking.
I like it.
That's it. Fuck it. I'm out. Bye.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, so Giles and Mumble, you're going to start sneaking away forwards.
Yep.
Okay.
Throw my feet back up.
Yeah, sure. Make me stealth checks then.
You really
Okay.
should do this Vec thing a bit better. Can you rename your character, Jimmy?
Oh shit! Yeah, I can. I should be able to do that.
Oh fuck, that was me. I'll do that. My bad. I thought it was the character sheet.
It might be
There we
you,
go.
but is that fine? Is that better now?
No, it is there. You need to just change the name.
Yeah,
it's done.
in the options, I think.
That's perfect.
Right, yeah.
Thank
That
you,
was into the
Jimmy.
character
Yeah,
sheet.
dis-
That's my bad.
display
That's
name.
perfect. Great.
Okay,
Thanks,
yeah,
Jimmy.
you start making your way up forwards. It is very quiet. There don't seem to be. When you can see the tracks which do lead sort of in towards the mountainous region, and as you get closer, you do come to what you assume is probably the entrance way to a cave system on the inside. Very tall. We're talking 30 feet, sort of 30 feet from the floor to the top of the sort of archway. Give me a perception check. Whoever has the highest, an advantage. Sorry, I'm very gassy.
My perception is 2.
Plus 10.
Okay.
Plus 2 can't be right, can it? Sorry, yeah, carry on, you do it. with
Yeah.
advantage.
So yeah, Mumble with.
Oh, he's doing it.
Well, you said you were staying behind.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's separate group. Okay, my bad.
Unless you want to try and stealth it with them.
No, I'm
Yeah,
good, I'm
okay.
good.
It's
Yeah,
alright,
so
Mumble's got
Mumble, 28. Yeah. You notice that there is a what looks like a humanoid body, kind of strung up between a set of chains, sort of across the top section of where this archway is. Doesn't look like it's breathing at all. You're seeing a fairly bare-chested humanoid in just like a simple pair of like cloth pants. You can see on the oh god, I'm gonna have to look something up right now otherwise I will get this wrong.
That thing doesn't look too healthy.
Giles, you recognise this person
The man hanging around.
as I try and figure out who it is. That's something very specific that I want to get right. On the right side of the head, you see a series of black marking tattoos. Mumble. On this humanoid figure, sort of strung up. Definitely, from your point of view, you can't see any like breathing or movements. On the floor, you can see a few small like puddle of dark red. You assume it's probably blood.
Right, and so who do I
Looks like
recognise
it's
this
been
person
there.
as?
This is Reuben.
And who's Reuben?
Reuben is the one of the companions of Jiro Dalan, the pilot of the Sky Treader. Is it the Sky Treader? Yes.
Oh,
You have
So
one.
the ship we arrived
The
on.
ship that
was
you
being
arrived
captured
in,
as
yeah, this is one of the two shipmates of Jiro. And this is Reuben.
Has he got his love heart shorts on?
No, you can't see them.
is he dead?
Well, he's currently strung up. It's hard to tell.
High up is he?
He's about what would it be? About 27-ish feet off the floor.
Okay, look, and there's nobody. Doesn't seem to be like anything around, like to show signs that anybody is nearby.
You can
Like
hear a few.
bats,
You can
yeah.
hear a few sort of sounds. Actually, no, you probably can't. Actually, thinking on. No, you can't hear anything around. Just
Shall I
yourselves.
go get him down, or should I leave him? He's probably frosty right now. He's
Yeah.
a shipmate.
Oh. Well,
We
we can't
came-
leave him.
We came
Get
here
him
on
out.
a ship.
I was frozen. It was
Oh,
fun.
So he might be alive too?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. And I'll like scramble up the wall.
Just before you do this, Chris, could you maybe just turn down your sensitivity slightly? Because I think
Sorry,
it's picking up you
hang on.
I think it's picking up you breathing slightly.
My bad.
That's a little
I
bit
mean,
better.
literally like just the way it sits.
Yeah, fair enough. No, it was just very yeah. So you scamper up the side, and you get to the top of the scamper up the side. Yeah, it looks like the chains they have been wrapped around and sort of clamped in places, but it looks like there is one that just goes straight through Reuben's chest. Just like straight through the middle as part of the kind of chain bindings that are kind of holding him up.
So can I
but
make
they're
my way
kind
along
of
the
like,
chains towards Reuben?
Yeah, sure. It's a bit of
What's
a
it look like when I get there?
tightrope walk, but you're acrobatic enough, so it's fine.
What's he look like when I get there?
He looks very dead. The face looks kind of very pale looking. There are a few what look like scars and things, but it looks like the blood has been dried and sort of frozen.
I'll kind of lean down and just like poke him a little. Are you dead?
He doesn't tell you if he's dead or not.
I stop myself before I start yelling down, and then go. I'll pat him down and see if he's carrying anything.
No, it doesn't seem like he's got anything on him.
Okay. In which case, I'll scamper back down.
Okay.
I think he's really dead. I poked him and everything.
Just kind of like looks up at the body of the chain. Like, he's dead, Jim.
He's dead. It's Jim. Giles.
Giles.
I'm Giles. Close. You're. Right?
Mumble.
Getting closer. You think we should go in? Wherever we did it, probably doesn't want visitors.
Anybody home?
I can go look.
Well, good luck. Just
Right,
be
I'll head on into the cave quietly.
like
Are you following Mumble?
Yep, I'm going to.
Okay, Giles and Mumble, you start to make your way into the entrance. The other four, what are you doing? You see your two companions, seemingly not giving care for you, wander in towards the cave.
I'm reading through my scroll that I found.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for them to come back. So we can...
I'm just standing looking in the sky, looking to see if there are any birds around.
Give me a perception check. No, you don't see any.
Oh, you want a perception check?
No, there aren't any birds around. The sky is quiet. So you're just waiting here?
I don't think. I think one of us. Hang on. With.
Don't separate the party. You hear on the wind.
And as Mumble and Giles are heading in, Mumble's kind of like looks at Giles. Need to get the people, friends.
As you said, we should go in.
He turns over. He turns around and let's see, where is it? Deception. He makes like a very bad whistle,
And what are you whistling for?
just like to get their attention if they can notice it.
Oh, the rest of the party.
It's like a bird song.
But why did you roll the deception?
Because it's like a mimicry thing.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Weird.
Okay.
Very strange.
I would just say in future you could just say, I mimic the
Performance.
sound of.
Oh, okay.
Don't roll unless it's like a sound that you probably haven't heard before.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally, like, you can pretty accurately, as a Kenku, kind of recall and do it. So yeah, you, Krillin, as you're sort of looking around, like, I wonder if there are any birds. Oh, there's a bird cry coming from the direction where Mumble and Giles went off.
Yeah, I hear something.
But it didn't sound
look,
like
there-
any of the. It doesn't sound like Mumble. It's weird.
Can you see something in the
Sound like a
distance there?
goose.
It looks like waving.
I think.
Waving.
Are they calling us? Over?
Maybe. I don't think we should wait here. If they get into trouble, we're quite far away.
Aye. Then let's join them.
Let's
They
join
didn't seem
them.
to get into any trouble on the way.
Yeah,
Well,
as
now
like
you
you're
want
waiting,
to go in towards the giants, as just as us, but not as a bird, but as us.
Yes, as
Yeah.
us.
Just
Oh.
us.
and as you're like saying that, the hands that are waving, a little third hand like kind of appears from behind the Kenku, like it's sort of like a almost kind of like see-through purple, and it has like a snowball, and it just throws it and using mage hand. It's picked up a snowball and just hucking it across to them.
Give me a dexterity check.
On skill dexterity.
And who are you throwing this at?
Krillin.
Krillin. Krillin, you hit square in the face, like with this snowball.
I'm gonna try and dodge it.
Nope.
In the face.
You get hit in the face with a snowball. Poof.
They're attacking us. What?
You see,
It's a snowball, you
I
idiot.
don't think they would attack us
you
with
see
a
this. You
snowball.
see his purple hand just kind of waving at you from behind the Mumble.
Come on, let's go.
We don't have much snow where I come from.
What's this? What's this?
I was born in it, molded by it.
Oh,
I didn't see dry land till I was yet but a man.
have you reached that yet? Okay, they're over here. Let's go.
Aye.
Yay.
Okay, so you all get together. Are you going in quietly or?
I've gone in.
Okay, so Giles, did you throw me a stealth check, or were you not being
Yeah, I
considered
got
stealthy?
24.
24. Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, I see. Yeah. So yeah, you have gone up ahead. As you start to get in, how far do you want to go? You're
Until I
seeing
find
there's
something
just
to report
the tunnel that you're sort of heading down does stay kind of roughly the same size, about sort of 20 feet high. And the sort of the entrance opens up to maybe about sort of 50 points, 50 feet or so, like wide across. So it does look like it's roughly carved out of the snow. It doesn't look like the ice in the mountains. After about, actually, let me get my map so I can see. Bloop. After about, let me see. After about 30 feet from the entrance, you notice that the path kind of splits off ahead of you. So there's one like slightly to the left, one goes slightly to the right. And give me a perception check. You hear the faint rumblings of noise. Sounds like somebody speaking, but I don't believe you speak Giant, do you?
Nope.
No. So yeah, you hear. It sounds like some sort of language, but it's kind of really quiet, and you're not entirely sure whether it's coming from like the left path or the right path.
You already in there, by the way?
Yeah,
Sorry?
he's gone ahead.
But what I mean is, could I hear it?
No, not from where you are.
Can I hear the walking piles of armour that are coming up behind me?
Well, no one said that they were going up behind you, so...
Oh, I thought they were coming to the main entrance.
Yeah, we were slowly
Yeah,
moving
yeah,
towards you.
We're moving towards the entrance, yeah, but not actually.
Yeah, towards the
into
entrance, and you've gone past the entrance inside the cave, so to speak.
And can I hear them approaching?
Yeah, they sound like they've approached, but yeah, they are about like 25, 30 feet behind you.
And,
Okay.
as they're like approaching, Mumble will go into the cave after Giles as well. So like as you like turn around, you see like the little crawling figure of Pro-Man.
Right. If I can hear them approaching, somebody else probably can as well. So seeing Mumble coming into the cave, I'll sort of mimic.
Which direction is it coming from? The left or the right again?
We don't know.
You don't know. Mumble, if you want to throw me a stealth check, if you're moving up quietly. And if anybody else, at this point, you see that both Giles and Mumble have gone ahead. If the rest of you would like to follow, make me a stealth check, or would you like to stay behind from where they are? It's entirely up to you.
I'm very
Yeah,
tempted to
yeah.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Chibi, yeah, you're okay.
I'm at disadvantage for chainmail, and that's my first roll. My bad.
Oh dear.
No, it's all right.
Let's see if I join you. I join you.
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Ah.
You notice three bodies, which two of which kind of clank and clink behind you. One of which just kind of like trips over. Krail and you,
I'm
yeah.
not concentrating. I just stared at that body hanging in the tree, thinking zombie.
Yeah, as a note, you go underneath and you look up. You do notice this body of Reuben just kind of held there in place by these chains. And yeah, it's easy to see that this is Reuben. You recognise very much the facial tattoo on the right side of the face.
Bloody hell.
As I'm like trying stealthily to sneak forward and failing miserably, I sort of like bump into the back of Mumble and Giles. Like,
No, you don't. And not unless you're freaking running at us. I'm trying to continue sneaking on.
okay, well in that case, I'm literally just aimlessly like looking around the cave, walking forward,
Mumble
thinking.
Right,
I'm
what I'm
being
going to
quiet.
do, I will put
Further.
everyone's tokens on. If you give me 2 seconds, and then we can see where everyone is.
We are somehow magically actually louder than if we didn't do anything at all.
It's
Yeah,
true.
no, yeah.
Copy you.
We went out of our way to hit like every.
You did, yeah. It's like, oh, there's a rock there. I'm going to kick it. Kick the can.
me,
Everything
what kind
so
of
Why would you do
far
it off the
has been
edge
that
of the
he
board?
didn't want us to be spotted, and he's making so much noise.
I don't know what you're on about, Kraylin. I am being the stealthiest I've ever been.
Doing my best.
Okay,
That says a lot about his previous attempts.
so I will pop you all over, and I'm going to need to. It's not that one. Is it shift click? I can never remember. Control click. No, that one didn't do
I see
anything.
you all.
Shift click.
I see you all.
There we go.
Hey.
Yay.
Yes, as the page opens up, yes, you are meant to be that small. It's how I've made it work with things.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it was just like, why
Yeah.
are we so small? Because you're so small.
No,
So,
but it's actually better because this way we have more maps to actually explore. Usually it's just like
yeah.
it's like
So,
5 times 5.
Where's Giles? You're there, so I'll just sort of put you up ahead. And then who was Kenku Bird Person? So yeah, you can sort of arrange yourselves as you're going.
Bang.
And actually, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break.
Okay.
Then I shall do the same.
Just like we're trying to be stealthy, but I'll just.
Well, I
like,
guess.
stealthy
Good for the goose. I'll be right back.
And there were 3.
Yay.
Ah, pleasure.
So, seen any good films lately?
Not really.
No.
Read any good books?
Lovely.
Any good macaroni and cheese?
Macaroni.
No.
No, definitely not.
All the beans and toast.
Oh, so you lads of beans and toast. Okay.
Yep.
Want to be the person who cleans your bathroom?
Help, Jay.
I'm not entirely sure what I walked into. Why has he got a knife?
I saw you chopping.
He's got a knife. And he's got oranges.
Why do you need a knife that big for an orange?
No, it's apple, pen, pineapple. It's not.
I have a knife.
Oh, it's a
I have
knife.
Satsuma. Ow! Impalement injury.
I killed my family.
It's because the
That's not a
skin. I
knife.
can't. I
That's a
can't
knife.
feel. Yeah. That's a crocodile Dundee.
Call that a knife. This is a knife. It's
I
a
believe
spoon.
it's the
I
second.
see you've played knifey spoony before. I'm assuming Giles went away, did he?
Yeah.
For a quick break, yeah.
He should follow by what's good for the goose. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. I've not heard that one before, but sure.
Called you a goose.
Mm.
So we went for
I
it
have
again.
goose-like figures. Goose-like features, as I've noticed. Yeah. Everyone is here.
Kind of
aren't they?
imagine just like, just the noise in the bathroom.
That's a donkey. Jesus.
That's just when you get a bit too relaxed when you go into the.
Let me just do that.
Anything
You
happened?
can see. No, because I went to pee.
We're all dead.
Mia went to pee too. This is back. Mia. Nope.
No.
I think he's away at the moment. It's fine. He's not the quietest. Oh no! Did I hit?
Back.
There we go.
Hello,
Cool.
Mia from the moon.
Wonderful.
We can hear you.
From the moon. I like the moon.
First question: what's the weather like up there?
Fucking cold.
Oh, you're here now. Whenever you came back, you were like, your
Damn
connection was kind of weird because, yeah. Welcome back.
I did say very quietly back. That's why.
No, it was like. Very strange.
We swapped roles now. These mumbles.
Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna have to.
Welcome back.
Slightly. Okay. Yeah. So, Giles, you have made your way forwards. Yeah, you can now that you've sort of heard that there are voices going on. It doesn't. It seems like it's coming more from like this. Oh God, hang on, wrong button. It's coming more from like this direction.
Okay, I'll head down.
And yeah,
that way.
it's the same sort of voices. And are you staying quietly?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, roll me another stealth check as you move up. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So I'll let you move up. Everyone else, how are you proceeding? Are you just sort of trying to sort of keep behind him, or are you sort of waiting for what the rest of you doing? As you see Giles just kind of moving his way forward by himself.
Mumble is going to try.
I don't think I have sight attached to my.
No, I'm doing it as line of sight. I tried setting it up for stuff, but there's
can't
a
see
lot of
anything.
stuff going on. But yeah, I will. I'm seeing what everyone else is doing first.
Okie dokie.
How far can I move?
You can move this. It's out of combat at the moment, so
Okay.
yeah. Unless you want to start combat, it's up to you.
Just throw a knife at Giles'
Yeah,
back.
sure. Yeah, so you can move up as sort of as you want. Obviously, if you want to be moving up quietly, you'll need to roll me a stealth check.
I'm going-
That's,
21.
yeah, that's fine.
Guys, we really need to sort out our movement. I think we should try and be a little bit more quiet than what we came in. 'Cause I ain't saying someone let the team down, but
Someone let the team down.
Kraylin came in a bit of a rush. The only guy that rolled a natural. Kraylin was I heard him tiptoeing through, like, so if we could just all keep it down and with that, proceed
Yeah.
to go forward. See?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. So if everyone wants to give me stealth checks as you start going forwards.
Oh,
Doesn't make much of a difference.
Yep.
yeah.
The steel plated shoes are not making it easy.
Okay.
Krillin letting the slide down.
Let's see. Mumble and Giles. You see out in front of you. You see. Let's see if I just reveal again, so I can just kind of do. Come on, reveal, polygon reveal. You do see a what look like pillars of stone kind of going from. Well, you assume the floor all the way up to the ceiling, but at this point here, it very much looked like there's just like a dip off to the side. It looks like there's like a crevasse, which at this point you can't exactly tell how deep it is, but there's definitely these like two pillars looking up across this side of the cavern. You do see a what is immediately noticeable as one of the a frost giant. Stood about 20-25 feet tall or so. Looks like it is wearing kind of piecemeal kind of armor from various scraps of metal, leathers, hides, various kind of bits all sort of pieced together. And in one of its hand, it's carrying this huge bow in its hand. Well, huge for you, but to its size, it definitely looks like it's just a regular sized bow for it, and a quiver at its like side. Currently, it is sort of facing away from you, but it looks like it has been. It looks like it has. You can see sort of footprints and tracks, which almost looks like it's kind of just pacing upwards and forwards
Where is
along
it,
this
sorry?
section. It's just there, sort of just beyond there.
Just beyond.
Just beyond like that
all the way at
direction.
the bottom there.
Yeah.
Oh, at the bottom, Jesus.
I tell you what, you can probably see it from where you are, so I will just do that, because you can probably see. Because yeah, this cave is lit. It's lit, yo.
Lit as fuck.
Lit as fuck. And there is. I just need to adjust something because I've hidden these things. 'Cause I don't exactly know what I don't know what exactly I was going to be doing with these things, but yeah. So yeah, there is what looks like a frost giant, which is sort of making its way up and down this sort of section of the other side of this like crevasse that you see. But it doesn't look like it has noticed you, as it is sort of facing away from where you are.
Sneak across to there
let me just
and have a look
see.
down that way.
You do see, as you sort of from your position where you were just up there, across this way, through this sort of gap here, you can see what looks like a store of weapons and things. You can see there's the hints of like the handles of like large swords, a few big shields, more quivers of like arrows and things.
Right.
And,
I'll
yeah, I think
I'll
that's what you
point.
see.
I'll look at Mumble and point in that direction, and then scamper over to this corner.
Okay.
Mumble will turn. He'll like uses me his hand to like move. He'll move it 30 feet behind him, to here, like just like a hold, kind of like gesture with the hand thingy, and
Is that
we'll,
towards
like,
towards everyone behind you?
yeah.
Okay.
And then just to make them wait, and then I'll wait for them to get to there, and then I'll go back a little bit to speak to them.
Okay, so you're going back to the group.
Just like back a little bit.
All right. Okay.
Not like what-
Sure. Are you going to like just to sort of just stop them from moving, or do you want to say anything to the group?
I'll just like wait until I get like one of them. So Dax is closest, and I will just kind of like mumble. I will mumble.
Yeah, I
Big
start.
woman, large titties.
Yeah, it does look like a female.
Yeah.
What?
And I'll do the sound of basically what Gar sounds like walking with his pots and pans banging down the stairs.
It's weird to hear the sound of a very accurate sound of metal clanging together coming from the mouth of a bird. Very strange. But yeah.
I think you want us to stay here because we're too loud.
It's like holds up two little talons.
Alright, what? Like, do I hear? And do I hear the?
What? Speak up, lad. Speak up.
Give me a perception check, Dax. Yeah, you can definitely hear. Well, it's definitely they're speaking in giant, whatever they're saying.
I know giant.
It's hard. Yeah, I know you do. It's hard to tell exactly what's being said. You're hearing a few different voices, but the prevalent voice that you're hearing, and it is right at the edge of your vision, right at the edge of your hearing, is say it seems like the conversation is about speed, get things ready. We want to be off soon.
I just sort of I point to my ear and go, Mumble, I hear them. They're wanting to leave soon. Hurry.
Not soon as in right this minute. It's just we need to be making moves. It's not it's not super urgent.
They're getting ready to leave. I don't know when, but it sounds like they're preparing to leave this place.
So what you're saying is we stab them when they're trying to leave.
Yes, we stop them. Or at least see what they're getting ready.
Could be worth a try. Could be more dead people though. Or was a man on the top chained.
Yes, that was Reuben. He was a person on our ship that brought us here.
My condolences. Looked a bit... tattoo.
We thought they made it out, but apparently not. Hopefully, the other two are alive.
Hopefully. Well, you go on. We'll wait here.
You nod and just...
You guys are just going to sort of hang back for a little bit. Okay, Giles. Again, you're as you're sort of starting to get what you feel is deeper into this sort of cavern section. You are hearing the voices slightly louder now, and you do hear sort of ahead of where you are the sound of two separate probably frost giants as well. From where you are, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what's through in these rooms, but it looks like. Possibly living spaces. You're seeing what looks like bits of furniture and that kind of thing.
The voices any louder in this direction?
They're a little bit louder, yeah. These certainly feel a little bit closer to you. If you want to give me a perception check, cool. To see how far away you think they might be. Actually, you can see that, can't you? Yeah, they look to be about... Moving us around. Yeah, about 60, 70 feet away from your current position.
Okay.
It would be nice if I could hide my own measurements.
What's around this camera?
Yeah, I'll just reveal. There are lots of walls and caverns and things, that's why I didn't really want to go with dynamic lighting. This way it's just a bit easier. But yeah, it looks like it just sort of leads up, and yeah, you're seeing large sconces on the wall, hung hides, and things of that sort of nature.
Okay, cool. And what about round this corner?
Well, as you start to get up around that corner, give me another stealth check.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh,
sorry, first one. It didn't roll the first time I clicked it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
two.
there's a weird delay.
First one, yeah. 13.
If you have the die, it usually takes longer.
Ah, that would be it.
Oh, have you all got 3 dice on?
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
You said we have to have them for the stream purposes.
I can't see your screens. I can only see
Yeah,
the I
it's
can only
just
see
a
the
I know,
screen
but
of mine.
I know, but I think it shows if you. If we
Oh
turn
no,
it off
I
on our end,
I
it
turned them off
doesn't
because
show
it
yours.
was killer on my end.
Yeah.
I turned them off.
But the stream doesn't even see them.
No, I turned them off. They see the chat bar, but I turned off the 3D dice because, like I said, it was just
too.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
just.
The only reason I have them is because you told me to have them.
Oh right, you can turn them off if you want. No, I only
Thank
just.
you, I did so.
Fair enough. Yeah, you look into what as you guessed was probably some sort of living space, a sort of like a recreation space kind of thing. You can see like bits of furniture carved out of large hunks of stone and ice, and you do see the two large figures of stone giants. Look like they have what do they have? A pair of they have a great axe sort of to the side. It looks like they're just sort of chatting away, clinking large mugs of what you assume is probably ale. As you step forward, it seems like you maybe brush your feet against something, and the giants here. I don't know if you saw that or not. No, because that's on GM layer. Come on. The giant to the left sort of like looks up from the person in front of him, looks in your direction, but you have just enough time to kind of like scamper to the side and get yourself out of vision. The two say something, when you see like a gesture of just like a you what are here.
When you say there's ale here, is there like any vessel containing ale?
Not where you are currently. Well, there are two very. It looks like, I mean, they're drinking out of mugs, but these mugs are like very large barrels. So, from your experience, these are probably very large kegs of ale that they've like altered to make into like mugs for themselves. But you don't see anything that they're like taking their drink from where you currently are. They just look like they're sat and chatting, and it looks like the other one was like, oh, it's well, you don't know what's being said, but you get the idea. There's like, oh, whatever, just carry on drinking. They're playing cards.
Scamper back round and see if I can find. Well, the first person I can find coming around this way.
It would be during that time frame. Mumble would be about there to meet you midway, and we'll walk back with you.
Okay. As the two of you are kind of like moving around, you notice that this Lady Frost Giant down the bottom has moved up slightly, and now is sort of just stood around this area. It looks like she is looking kind of around, but so if the two of you could make me stealth checks. Stealth or athletics. So if you want to roll that, if you want to re-roll that as athletics, I'll let you.
It's 1 point higher.
Fair
So
enough.
it's 9,
Yeah, okay. The two of you sort of notice that as you're sort of moving around, you kind of like notice that this frost giant has moved, and you kind of like hurry back into a position. You sort of gesture to the rest of the party, like, get hidden because they're looking this way.
And with that, I sort of like hug the wall.
Yeah.
There's giants just round there. She can hear them. He's drinking ale.
See the large stone bit in the middle that's separating the two pathways?
Yeah.
Does that reach all the way to the ceiling, or is it just quite large?
The pillars in the middle, yeah, they do reach all the way up to the ceiling. But yeah, there's definitely like a section in the middle which looks like it just drops down. It says 250 feet, but you can't really tell. You just know that there's a drop at some point there.
Should we go around and get a woman?
Oh,
Good check, huh?
what's we doing here?
Well, And at that, I'm going to walk over to the wall, and I'm going to... If I can find here...
Well, maybe I could call the Lady Giant over.
What's we doing here?
Sorry, there you go. So
There,
I'm going to climb up the wall
What are we
Okay,
doing here?
cast that on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
There was in a cave with some giants. Why?
Does Mumble know? Like, weren't the giants with the dragon?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You also remember when you first arrived here, the devastation that had struck Landover was a combination of what you worked out was probably dragonfire and the efforts of giant creatures, giant humanoid creatures.
How tall is this giant?
The giants, they count as huge, so I think they're like between like 25, 30 feet or so.
And how high is
The cavern is very high, I would say. From where you are, like this section of the wall here is a little bit lower. It's more just like a wall. That is about 30 feet up from the floor. Then the cavern, for ease, goes up 80 feet.
The whole
Like
what,
from
the cavity in the center?
from your level up 80 feet. So from your level, like from the very bottom there, is 250 feet, and then another 80 feet to the top of the cavern.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to try to very stealthily crawl along the ceiling.
Okay, make me a stealth check then.
And as he's like climbing up, Mumble will turn to... I forgot Giles' name for a second there. Giant assholes are ones that attack the town with the dragon.
I'm going to use my inspiration to get advantage.
Where'd you get that from?
From fucking ages ago, I've never used it.
At the end of the session, it's if you haven't used it that session, it disappears.
God damn you! Right,
Yeah.
okay. Let's see here.
So yeah, as
We
well,
have-
I think Dottie, you probably have it from last session as well. You don't, because you didn't use it. I don't think.
No.
And the... Actually,
And you're going to guidance that as well.
Eee,
Okay,
nice.
so what's that? 21.
yep.
Okay, yeah. It seems like you're keeping your sort of one eye on the frost giant lady, giantess, who doesn't seem to notice you. So you are on the ceiling at this point, we'll say.
Mhm.
Yeah, wherever that is on the ceiling.
I'm going to try to get to the other side of her.
Like behind her?
Well, yeah, to the basically where everybody else is in the group, so that she's facing the other way. I'm not necessarily going to like jump down on her or anything, but I'll
Yeah.
try to make a little bit of noise, like possibly knock off a couple of pebbles from the ceiling and throw them down towards the back. So if I am here, for example, I will be at that point throwing out to down to right by. Oh God, where is it? Here.
Okay, what are you throwing?
Again, it's just if there's anything kind of loose on the ceiling, I'm just going to be.
Not really. The ice and the ceiling is like just solid chunks of ice. There are like stalactites and things, but you know they're quite thick and chunky.
Oh. Shit, go back.
Okay.
Are the others in the group watching me at this point?
Would you have said before you go? It's like, hold on, I'm going to climb on the ceiling.
No, I just ran up the wall.
I'm going to continue my conversation with Mumble when Mumble
Yeah, sure.
gets back, and yeah. So no, we're not paying attention.
Yeah, so they're not paying attention to you, really. They saw you go off and you didn't say anything. It's like, okay, he's doing something on his own again.
He's probably just looking about as he does, you know, always transforming into various creatures and just then returning. So just wait for him to return, I suppose.
Crayon, make me
Where are we even going, lads?
make me a strength check to see if you can like chip off like a chunk of the ice.
Right. Unskilled strength.
Yes, unskilled strength. Just so if I ask for just like a strength check or something like that, and you don't have proficiency in the save, you can use the save button. It does the exact same thing. 16. Yeah, you're able to just sort of you find one of the slightly. Hey, that's 17. You chip off a piece of this stalactite, and you hook it to the floor. Whereabouts? If you just ping it.
I'm going to pull out something that you would have never seen before.
All right.
And I'm going to...
This will be interesting.
It's probably not relevant because you rolled a 1, but you don't want to be casting guidance while you're sneaking. It's got a vocal component.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
I'm sneaking!
Okay. I wouldn't have thought of it. But yeah, I'm going to use my slingshot, and I'm going to get a bit of distance here. So, again, these are 5 tiles each, aren't they?
Yeah, it's still 5 foot a square.
You can try it. The meter still works.
Yeah, the meter still works. It's just they're shrunk down to make the whole map a bit easier.
I'm trying to... It's like distance for the ranged weapons is, what, 30-60 or something?
They're all different. You'd have to check.
What is it, a sling?
A sling.
Slingshot.
60, I think, but I'm not gonna...
30 to 120.
So
anything
30,
above
30 between
I'm
anywhere
not trying to hit
between
anything.
well, anywhere between you and 30, you can put it exactly. Anywhere beyond there and the maximum, I would have a roll to see if that scatters anywhere in particular. Beyond that, you just wouldn't be able to hit it at all. You'd just be like, it'd ping off somewhere you don't know.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not trying to hit anything in particular.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
trying to...
it's the range at which it fires. So the maximum would be 30, and you know it would get to 30 feet and land perfectly there. Beyond that, you're kind of at the whim of the world itself. Will a wind catch it?
You get
and drag it off in a
disadvantage over
direction.
30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're
Okay.
not attacking, so it's not like you're decided to attack a particular thing. I'm just saying that after 30 feet, there would be a bit of scattering. It might not go exactly where you want it to be.
Okay. Well, from here then, even just
Yeah.
to this point, all I'm trying to do is, like I say, make a noise in that direction.
Yeah, so you ping it onto the floor, and yeah, as it sort of shatters against the floor and skitters off to the bottom of the cavern, you do notice that this frost giant sort of turns around and looks in your direction, and kind of just like for a second, just like is thinking about something, and then immediately takes off, sort of almost running at this point to a section of the wall here, and just sort of like you see her put a sort of like a hand up to the wall, just kind of like almost peering through the wall, and then kind of just puts sort of like steps back, says something in giant, and then sort of turns around and looks like is looking at something going on down the bottom there. As you're climbing along the cavern roof there, I will show off a section of things that you would see, Kraylin, because you were on the ceiling there. This isn't exactly what you're seeing, but just for the basics, this is kind of what is going on. Is that going to work? There we go. Yeah, so your vision opens up into this grand, huge chasm, and you do see a bunch of further frost giants down at the very bottom of this pit, chasm, whatever.
Whereabouts?
That I will show you in a second. Sort of smack bang in the middle of there. They're not quite in that position. You see. This one here with the horns looks like he's more sort of stood here, and these three are just kind of like working together. It looks like they're almost like tearing down like bits of scaffolding, so there's like long logs of wood which have been like lashed together, and they're kind of like working on taking them down. There's not many like still stood up at this point. They have taken down most of what was there, though it looks like they're kind of like spread out in piles. So it looks like whatever was like sort of scaffolding around here was probably something quite big. You see the one with the horned helmet just kind of like pointing at them, saying things and directing them around. And you do also notice that there is a second of the female archers who is pacing around on the other side of the chasm. She bursts into flame with an alarm.
We all die.
Yep. Yeah, there's another one of the archers who's just kind of slumped up against this wall, just kind of observing, looking around, and not seeing anything, but quite a distance from where you are. So you think you've probably not woken anything. So as you're doing all of this, we'll go back to the rest of the group. You see Kraylin sort of scarper up. What are you doing?
Actually, sorry, can I point out? Because you see, whenever she walked underneath me and walked past me,
Yeah.
before she did anything else there, I like go, like stretch out as far as I can, just hanging upside down from the ceiling. I'm like, at these guys.
Oh,
Oh right, yeah.
really expect you to say, as she's walking by, I looked at her cleavage.
Monster
I
cleavage.
That goes
That's
without
what
saying.
I'm saying,
I
Chip.
thought you were going to say.
I
Yeah.
was like
So you.
trying to get your
I am-
attention, and nobody's taking me off.
Yeah, I am surprised and impressed.
Right. So we is here to do some revenging.
You kill big women.
Aye.
Right, well, look, what's he doing? And I'll point at Kraylin.
See, at this point, when you say, "What's he doing?" this is when he sort of pulled back and launched this little thing. You see the frost giant archer run off, not walk off. I will
distraction.
say it, like ran off towards this section of wall.
There's a couple of giants around the corner. Think we can sneak them?
Perhaps we could get them two first, you're right.
There's
Hey,
quite a
Wide
bit.
and copper.
Let's
I
move
like
on.
it.
Right, I's gonna go first. You
You
follow quietly.
I think we should.
use me a chance. It's kind of like to wave to Kraylin. It's like, over here. Yeah. Just
See, like-
completely ignoring Kraylin.
Several legs just going.
Yeah. It's like a four-legged spider just like flailing in the ceiling.
Realise he's actually no longer holding on to the ceiling.
Chibi, sorry, I just noticed that. Roll me a. Roll me a d6.
Why, Chippy?
Okay.
That
Okay.
many.
Okay, that's awesome.
At,
As we're walking,
at dawn.
At dawn. Okay. I will try to use my. Am I able to try to help Dax, who is like this giant, basically almost like a child walking through like snow, just like foop, 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 to make him be a bit less.
Be a
shit
little bit
himself?
quieter. You will be moving. You'll be moving significantly slower. But I will say, if you sort of like work together, and you're like, okay, just quietly, you're holding up pieces of the armor. Moving slower. Yeah, you'd be able to sort of slowly work your way across.
What
yeah,
guy
I'll
is
just-
already going?
What guy's already gone?
What's
for it?
already
Oh
gone
my God.
with a 17.
Oh god.
Okay, so I'm going to try the.
Oh fucking! I fucked up.
Oh, Mumble, you're with me. That's okay. You stump and oh god.
I think you need to see him, right?
Mumble.
I think I'd be moving all together.
That's
like,
not-
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just do.
Yeah, we'd all been together, wouldn't like?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Wouldn't you be able? Do you need to see him, Martin? What's that?
Yeah, I
last
do.
thing
I
you
do to be able to see him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thought I read that. Yeah, last time.
Okay. At this point, yeah, we've had was a 10. Let me just roll something here.
A
Okay.
natural one.
As you start making your way around, you two at the top. Who's that? Is that Watgarand?
So,
Watgarand Giles?
Mumble, you might as well re-roll because I can give you my luck. I was going to describe it, but it doesn't matter. Just re-roll that stealth.
Yeah,
Roll
if
that.
you've been travelling up with him.
Yep. There we go. Hey, that's much better.
That's much
25.
better, yeah. So yeah, you've moved up, and we've got Watgar as well. You've moved up with him. So I'll say that you three kind of move together there. But yeah, as you start to move around, there's a few Akima. You trip against a piece of rock, and you sort of curse silently in you thought silently in Draconic, but it seems to have, you are hearing the sounds of large something large getting up. You hear what sounds like something being picked up from the floor. Dax, you hear in Giants, there was somebody there, check it out. You go that way, I'll go that way.
Oh,
And, you all hear just like boom, boom.
Is there anything over here?
I ready a spell, so...
I ready a knife.
Sorry, what did you say, Martin?
So can we see anything over here?
From your perspective, you can't see anything of of particular note. I mean, the wall is kind of adorned with various like trophies and things.
So this wall here is just...
No, there is
The
something
wall is just a
beyond
wall.
there, but from your perspective, you can't see round. It looks like it leads into a smaller like alcove, but you can't see exactly what is there. The wall is adorned with various trophies and things, but there's nothing other than that piques your interest from where you are.
Dookie.
You cast. You ready a spell? What are you readying? And on what is the trigger, so to speak?
Okay, I ready guiding...
Kraylin, if you're creeping over, I need you to roll me a stealth check. I did see that.
Guiding bolt I'm readying, and basically anyone that comes down to my left, so this like left bit here,
Okay.
I'm going to throw it at him.
And
Him.
Mumble is kind of like pressed up against this wall here, and anything that comes on the left or the right side, he's like looking to get ready to throw a knife at either side of him.
Okay.
And I'm going to
like
hide
it is
myself
for a
against the wall.
Yeah. So
And as everyone seems to be readying attacks, I'll do the same.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so what are you?
Get ready to do it.
Sorry, what was it you're readying, Dax?
Guiding bolt.
A guiding bolt. Okay, sure. So you as you sort of like
pass?
kind of hold down. You creep along there. Are you gonna work your way down to the floor? Or are you staying on the ceiling?
For the time be... Oh, sorry.
You're currently about 30 feet off the floor.
And is this also 80 feet?
No, you're 30 feet up.
Oh,
The ceiling
sorry,
is
I'm
kind of like
looking
kind of like gone down into these kind of cavernous areas. Basically, the only part where it looks 80 feet up from the floor is this kind of like main cavernous area. So from where
that's
you are, it kind of like comes down into more like a worked. Yeah, it looks like the things that you've sort of been going around are more like worked passages, whereas this other piece is just more like an open cavern that's kind of just been over time has been worked out.
This is as I'm climbing down the wall and just kind of walking down past Akima and Watgar and heading towards the front to meet these guys and just kind of hear them.
Dax, what goes in front?
Oh, sorry, Dax. It's just kind of hear me mumbling to myself, jackasses.
Okay, as you're a bit away, you cannot move up that far. As you're moving across, the people are seeing you move. Because these things you had to make your way over from the other side. They've been moving ahead of you, and while you're moving across, they've kind of it sounds like somebody has kind of woken them, so to speak. So I'm not letting you move up all the way because things are happening. They're moving. So yeah, as you as you hear these like footsteps coming around the corner, you do see, and I will just as soon as it sort of comes into your vision. You see a frost giant appears there, and you see a frost giant also appears. That would be the first time you would see it would be appearing there, Dax. So I will let you. Let's go top. So Giles, what do you do? This is a surprise round. So what do you do?
Right. So as it goes.
This is
stomping
it's
by-
literally just sort of passed into your vision. This is a huge creature. It's currently got a great axe which it has in two hands and appears to be wearing like patchwork armour of some sort. It is,
as
about
this thing
25,
goes
30
stomping
feet.
by me, and it's just as it's gone past, I'm going to scamper up the wall, vault off the wall, and bring my mace down right on its forehead.
Okay, sure. So if you want to make me an attack roll then.
Would both of our attacks go off at the same time? Since
Essentially,
we don't
yeah.
by the way? Okay, just check.
Unless you want to be like, as he does this, I do this. But yeah,
Kind of
it's
just
up to
like
you.
before the attention alert. So basically, just like whenever he does it at the same kind of time. So like after he does mine would happen at the same kind
Yeah,
of time.
I would say it's not like, oh, I'm going to do this thing, I'll do that first, then you do that first.
Yeah.
So, do you
Okay.
want to do your thing before Giles would have just jumped up, or?
While he's jumping, actually.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
like
So
before the
yeah,
guy
you
notices
see
Giles.
Giles scarper up the side with the mace in hand. 17 does hit, so I'll just do that off now. But yeah, so as he's going up, what do you do?
I will remove one of my little daggers and give it a toss at the giant's head.
At the head. Cool.
And because it doesn't see me, it's advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily know exactly where
Surprise
you
round
are.
is always advantage.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Nice.
And
20.
then-
That was definitely a definite hit there.
Sneak
so
attack.
that is 7 piercing damage, and that's a
13
low,
sneak.
low 13, but 13 nonetheless. So yeah, you chuck a dagger in it in its direction. Giles, you swing round and boom, clonk this frost giant on the head.
I will spend a key point to make it a stunning strike.
Okay, which is a
DC 14, or be stunned till the end of my next turn.
save. What's the save? Sorry,
DC 14.
the ability. Sorry.
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
1 second.
Constitution, but I'm not sure.
I was going to say
Constitution.
Constitution.
Yeah.
That sounds
Sorry,
right.
my bad.
No, that's fine. Yeah, roll a 14, so that is 19. Yeah, so it makes a save.
And I will go again. So I'll continue tumbling down. So after
How are you
hitting the
going
head,
again?
Because I have more than one attack.
Okay, sorry, just asking.
Sorry.
Like multi-attack or bonus
Yeah.
action, or
Yeah.
like where it's gained from.
So I will continue rolling down his body, just going bump, 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 knock off it, and I'm going to land on his toe.
Okay, with a bash. Oh, just unarmed. 12 is a miss, unfortunately.
But 25 isn't, and it's surprised.
Yes, that's true. So 7 bashing damage. What would you?
And then I am
okay.
going to scurry off into this corner here. My
Hold on, let me just.
clicker is-
You probably won't be able to because it's not. It's fog of war, so I'll just reveal this section for you.
that bit.
So it's alright. You can move. You can move all the way around if you want.
So I'm going to go and just look it off from there.
All the way around. Yeah, as you sort of round this corner, it looks like you're looking at a very large wooden sort of constructed sort of a mix of like a storage chest, a drinks cabinet. It's just like a general kind of wooden storage thing, and you do sort of see kind of like almost like in the middle of it this very large, what you would assume is probably a keg of some sort of drink that they've been drinking from. Sort of like kind of sat up. It's about 20 feet off the floor, just so you know.
Cool.
What
In which case,
Oh.
as I run round, I'll actually see it and go, ooh, and run straight up on top, sit on top of it.
Okay, sure. You scamper at the side. What would you like to do?
Vodka sees the giant appear. He runs at him,
Yeah.
sort of losing all percept of all stealth ability.
Yeah.
He just runs right.
You get the
at him,
sense after
beating and
you've
clanking.
seen a dagger to the face, Giles kind of just stumble around the creature with this smashing away with things. You're probably not surprised it too much now. Well, you have the surprise, but not for much longer.
Yeah, he's just gonna start flailing with the flail.
Okay.
I'm getting like a very massive Shadow of the Colossus vibe right now. It's like this tiny man
Yeah.
running at this really big thing.
Yeah, 24 is a definite hit for.
Yeah,
come
I'm
on.
gonna try and spear him.
16. 16 damage, and it's a wisdom save for fear. Oh,
And an extra point
yeah,
of
an
damage.
extra, an extra -1. It dies.
But the sad part is I actually have a D10 right now, not D8.
Oh.
Yeah, no, wisdom save. It fails. It's terrified of your small dwarfen form who charges up from the from nowhere on apparently. So it is frightened of you until the end of your next turn. Okay. So down the bottom, Dax.
I still have one more.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you do.
26 again. 11.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that one. Yeah, so that's another 11 bludgeoning damage.
Let's see, do I have anything else? Go. No. That's me done.
Okay, Guiding Bolt goes off from, let's see, Dax.
Yes, it does.
Bloop.
Wow.
Gonna roll 24,
Our
yeah.
damage rolls are like
5 radiant damage.
Sucks.
Oh, sorry, I've forgotten, who it was. It would be Giles. You take 5 cold damage, reduced by half, for 3 cold damage. Cold damage.
Yeah, for
Yeah, you
what?
as you melee strike the creature, there's almost just the giant. There's almost just like this cold flash which kind of sparks out from the giant. You do also see this on the other giant. I apologise, I should have said that in advance.
Then I should have that as well.
No, it was the first melee strike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, 5 radiant damage against this giant. Kind of hits it in the head. Kind of dazes it slightly.
I'm going to... where is it? Yeah, as a bonus action, cast my spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
And I'm going to place it, like, obviously, right in front of him.
Yeah, cool. We'll just say that it's there.
And
22 is definitely a hit. So that's 6 force damage. Not super
oh,
high.
the original damage that 5 hours rating it does say. That's how it is.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I don't think it matters too much, but yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you
Sure.
summon up a spiritual hammer again.
Yeah, I've put an X. It's fine. I've drawn
Yeah,
an
that's
X.
fine.
I'll
And
move
it's the hammer smashes against the form of the frost giant. It kind of staggers back slightly, and he sort of like looks up in your direction as Akima readies to do something, I assume.
Yes, firebolt to the face.
Firebolt.
no.
16, I believe, is still a hit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, for 13 fire damage.
And I'll send in the zombies and skeletons.
Yep. So your skeleton can move 30 feet.
Yeah.
It's a little bit faster.
It's really a shame, really, because Guiding Bolt's kind of wasted as well.
Yeah, half of the ability is kind of already
Is it just
affecting.
Is it just for one turn?
Yeah, it's just for the next attack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, Kevin and unnamed skeleton kind of shudder forward.
Yeah. I'll call him Bob. The
I'm gonna
skeleton.
call it. Skeleton is called Bob. Cool.
He's called Bob.
I will give him a name.
Sounds familiar.
Hmm.
Yep.
You wonder, is this the same one? I don't know.
Can the skeleton move 30 feet? I
Yeah,
don't know.
skeletons have
Yeah.
30. It's zombies that have the slow movements.
You haven't got any of
Oh,
that
yeah,
horrible
yes,
flesh
it's
holding them
35.
down.
Is that you done then?
Yeah,
Feels
let me just move these zombies back a bit because
So,
I'm too far.
Okay. And Kralin.
sorry,
It's
go ahead,
somebody's surprise, yeah. So you're still up on the ceiling there.
Oh, I'm still on the ceiling.
Well, yeah, you were coming along the ceiling.
Okay. Right. So I'm just gonna again standing upside down, holding up my staff.
Mhm.
Just as a bonus action, I'm gonna shout, and just as you hear me getting halfway through it, I'm going to transform into a giant brown bear.
A giant brown bear. Okay, they're large creatures, aren't they?
Big brown bear. Yeah.
Cool.
Not to be finicky, but isn't Shillelagh only working on the clubs or quarterstaffs? So when you turn into an animal, you lose the weapon?
Yep.
This is
It
true,
becomes
yeah.
part of you.
Yeah, but it gets absorbed into you, but your claws don't become
Yeah,
clubs.
you're
No, yeah,
basically
I'm
with
not
spider
trying to
feet.
take any advantage. I'm just saying that it's already shillelied
She-
all up.
Yeah.
So,
So when you
like,
drop,
you-
so when you drop out of wild shape, it will still be active.
I don't think he had wild shape. I think he used spider climb spell.
Yeah, you spider climb to get up there, and then you had wild shape. It was your second use of wild shape, which would probably have countered your. No, you would still be spider walk, because spider walk is a concentration, isn't it? Yeah, so you are technically still spider walking on the ceiling, as you still maintain concentration on your spell, though you can't do anything with it.
Sorry, what spell?
Spider
What?
climb.
You're a bear walking along the ceiling, bud.
Yeah.
No. I said I dropped down. And
Oh, you're
that's-
going to drop down. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically, just as I'm casting the shillelagh, I drop to the ground.
Yeah.
30 feet.
So yeah, you take 5 bludgeoning damage as you kind of, and that'll be to your bear form.
Okay.
As you fall down and poof to the floor.
Did I just take a standard for this, or do I have to roll hit points for it? Or
It's up to you. You can either roll the monster entry. You'll either have like an average or 2 roll. So it's up to you.
Oh,
I
it's
usually
just
I
30.
usually just take the average.
yeah, I'll just take the average. This is 34.
34. Cool. Yeah.
So,
So just you have to. Okay. So
Sorry,
you
I
bonus.
realize. Sorry.
Are you done, Kraylin?
Oh, I'm just going to move a little bit forward. Then.
Okay,
I'm just
yeah,
going to
sure.
start kind of getting up here.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
For 50. 50.
Fiddy.
Trade 50.
Upside down on the floor, yeah, careening forward, pushing past the skeletons as they go.
Yes, Bob.
So, Mumble, what was it that you were saying? Because
Sorry.
this will be initiative. But yeah, what were you going to ask?
I was gonna say, I didn't know we could do more than one attack with our thing, like for like a rest of our, like for a surprise round. So I was gonna say, like, with my bonus action, can I throw another knife? Is everybody else able to get
you
bonus
still
action?
it's the
Okay.
whole action, the whole turn. Sorry, you have. So yeah, if you've got your bonus action, you can do it again.
Okay. Actually, this is pretty interesting because I didn't set this up properly. So this damage is going to be wrong. So -5.
Yeah, because
4.
it's minus your strength on the damage, and this was on this one.
Well, it's more because the bonus action, because I haven't got dual wielder, is to throw the extra knife because it's a light weapon.
Yeah.
You don't get your
You don't get your
stat damage.
ability on the damage dice, but you still get to hit with it. So it's not 9, it's
4.
4. Cool. So you hock a second dagger into the giant. Right, is that everybody done?
Mhm.
Their surprises? Cool. That is initiative then, please.
Yay.
Well, I'm just going to take a seat down here while everybody else
I'll
fights.
tell you what, there aren't many of these, so do them individually. 'Cause there's not that many of them.
Maybe someone will join us during the fight.
Cool. Right, is that everyone's initiatives? Okay, right, so that is
Unfortunately so.
Wokar first. Yeah, Wokar.
No.
Seriously, every time! There we go, Wokar.
Yeah,
Akima,
Wokar is
you go before that frost giant. I give
Alright, yeah.
precedence to players. So, Wokar.
Wokkar's just gonna go smash.
This giant looks down, he goes, whoa!
He has very lovely ankles. That must be destroyed.
Yeah. You're looking up, this is huge. So that's 9 bludgeoning damage
Different.
from the flail. So 21 is a hit.
Yep.
28 is a hit as well.
Yes,
For
14 without
14
the 8.
bludgeoning, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay,
I
right.
think.
This giant, now seeing you, has disadvantage on attacks when you're within sight, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
I think on everything.
I'll just
I'm
double,
not
yeah,
entirely
I'll just
sure.
double check. I do have my help sheet here.
How do I
I
see?
thought I did anyway.
Wrote it down.
Frightened, disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Cannot move willingly to the source of its fear, but at this point, this it's kind of
It's
just
next
like
to me, so.
and it swings down at you with this great axe at disadvantage. So I'll get a second d20 to make it quicker. Ooh dear, that's a 17, which is a miss on you, I believe.
Yep.
Yep. And the second one. Oh yeah, that's even lower. So yeah, these two, taking the grey axe in its hand, just slashing out in your direction. Both of them. One of them sort of skirts off your arm, and you bat it away with a flail. But the other one sinks into the ground to the side of you.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something. Wait, give me a second.
Oh yeah, because it missed you.
Yep.
Have- Ow!
Spellbook. Never
I heard
injured.
so.
Repost. When a creature misses you. Yeah, when a creature misses you with the attack. Yeah.
Yep. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna do this. When a creature misses you with
A
the attack,
riposte.
use your reaction and expand one superiority die to make a melee attack against the creature. If it hits, you add the superiority
Okay, so
die.
yeah, make a melee weapon attack. Your
18.
flare, which is enough, so that is 10 bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
Minus 10 bludgeoning damage. And yeah, as you sort of riposte away the attack, it turns and takes a couple of steps back up against the wall in this direction.
Yeah.
Akima. Actually, it's going to go back a little bit more with him, a little bit further backwards, and realise it's up against this thing now. So Akima.
I am going to cast wherever it's gone to. There. Blight.
Blight.
Blight its face.
Constitution save, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a fail, so it's 33 necrotic damage.
Nice.
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 You
Nice.
reach forward and almost clutch around at the heart of the frost giant. You can see this blue energy kind of just seeps out of the giant.
Tell the zombies and that to move forward.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go around that way.
Yeah, you can sort of just about squeeze through there, beside the wall and this giant bear.
Eh.
Could probably, in all fairness, be underneath my spectral weapon, as it's.
I think it's the maximum move range, isn't it?
Alright.
Yeah,
you?
it was for them too, yeah.
Just a little bit too shallow. Yeah, zombies are a little bit slow and lumbery.
A bit
So yeah, you can make an attack with Skellington.
Skellington.
Doesn't have a weapon, so he's essentially just railing on this thing
Yeah.
with its fists, skeletal fists.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
17 is a hit.
Yeah,
For
he did
5 bash damage. And the skeleton also takes 5 cold damage.
Okay.
As once again, this kind of blue sort of energy kind of emanates out from the giant. Yeah, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. This giant that we have just struck is going to regard the bear in front of it, this larger creature, as a bigger challenge. Sort of points down at you and takes its grey axe and swings twice in your direction. 23. Kralin, sorry, is this on? Sorry, no, it's Bear Kralin. 23 to hit.
Oh, the bear is.
I'm going to say it hits, but just, you know.
Yeah. What am I saving against?
It's an attack, so what's its AC?
Oh, AC is 11.
Yeah, it's definitely a hit. I had a feeling it was. So you know what your AC is for the future. You suffer.
Just thought you meant it was taking like 23 damage there. It's like, fuck, I'm nearly out of bear form already.
27 slashing damage from the first strike.
Oh, Jesus, I really am nearly out of bear form.
Barely. Lol. That's with its first swing of this great axe. The second swing, just sort of almost taking the butt of this and just shoving it into you. is a 20, which is also a hit.
Sorry, 20 hit. Right.
Yeah.
Much damage?
Let's see. Uh, 19.
Okay.
The thing is how much damage you
Do you
take.
drop out?
Oh, I drop out.
And then it carries, so drops you down to 0 for the bear, and then it carries over onto Kralin form.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it does. Giles.
So, what am I looking at in here?
What are you looking at? You are sat on top of a large open barrel. Looks like there is a murky, brownish, greenish fluid sort of inside it. Around you, you can see what look like a collection of, giants. Everything in here is kind of like giant sized. So if I say like a knife, it's not a U-size knife. There's like carving knives, forks, other like beer flagons of that sort of nature. There does look like on the bottom there's kind of like a like what looks like a lock of some sort, a giant lock on like the bottom drawer.
So there's some drawers in here.
Yeah, there's like one drawer on the bottom which looks like there is like a lock on it, like a stone kind of lock.
Okay. Does this what's this liquid smell like?
It doesn't smell particularly good. I mean, as much as it definitely smells like alcohol, but it's not the sort that you're used to.
Right. Taking a second to turn my nose up at it. I'll use a key point for a flurry of blows.
On what?
On myself. Then
Flurry of blows
You're
in
gonna punch
yourself.
yourself.
well,
do you
no,
punch
if I
them?
spend my key point on somebody else and they get a flurry of blows, it's not a very well used point of.
You're not beating yourself up then?
Oh,
No,
okay.
oh,
That
no.
would have been hilarious. There's alcohol!
I was like, why is he doing okay?
I hate me.
Just, right, and then I'm just going to go and.
Okay, you charge up towards the frost giant. Huge basher. 23 and a 27 is 2 hits. Nice. So that is come on. Yeah, that's 2 hits. 11 on the first one and 11 on the second one.
There's my next.
Dude, you've run max damage 3 times. That's impressive. 11 on the third one. And 10 on the last one. Damn.
And then I will run under this table.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you club at it with the with your huge basher, making some very significant strikes against this frost giant. You dive under this table thing. Kralin.
Yeah, so,
So yeah, you're now in Kralin form, so I'll just shrink you down.
Well, part of it is I'm obviously further than 5 feet away in him, so his last attack, did he move closer to me, or is it like his reach?
He has a reach, yeah.
He has a reach on that, so if I were to step back, it'd still be attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Alright, no problem. Okay, well, yeah, I am going to try and kind of step backwards from it, but as I'm stepping backwards, I'm going to basically just go, Gods! As if to say, shock. And then I'm going to cast Moonbeam as a level 4?
Yeah.
Sorry, let's go with level 5.
Damn.
It's level 5. Well, actually, I'm going to step out of his range first before I cast it, by the way.
Sure.
So
yeah, gets a strike out at you with a 17.
Oh, well, I'm only like 10.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a hit as well. Should have gotten another one.
Yes, 10.
20 slashing damage.
20 slash. That's okay.
But yeah, you escape past the reach after this great axe just rakes down your back.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like I say, as I'm kind of stepping back, it's just gods! Like throw my hands down as you just see this giant beam.
Yep. So how far back are you moving yourself? Just because you're still there at the moment.
Yeah, I'm basically just moving back about.
Yeah, sure.
So not too far, just to kind of get out of his reach.
Yeah,
in a way.
that's fine.
And
So, Moonbeam is a dexterity, I believe?
Moonbeam is. Find it where I actually put it.
And you're casting it at 5th level.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is it.
Oh, it's con.
2nd. Yeah. And that will then be 5th level. That'll be an extra 3d.
So it's 9 radiant from the first one, and if it fails, it's save.
10. 7. Oh my!
Oh
fucking
dear!
God.
Oh god, no, that's not good. 4 damage on a level 5 spell. The gods
And
do
yet
not
I
look.
rolled 19s and 20s when I've got -1 dexterity for stealth.
The gods do not look kindly on yourself, sir.
They
Wow.
really do not. Gods, what are you
The
doing
boom
to
of
me?
radiant
13
white
damage in total, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But half that.
No,
You're
he failed his
basically
save, so
at
it's full
almost the
damage.
minimum damage.
Yeah, it would save the throw, didn't it? So it's half damage.
No, it succeeded. Sorry, no, it failed, so it's full damage.
Wow.
Oh, sorry,
4
it
damage.
failed. Right, I thought you meant I failed.
No,
it.
yeah, no, it failed. It failed. I mean, you failed because you rolled really badly, but it failed on its
13
save.
total damage.
So 13 total damage of radiant damage. This beam of light just kind of pulses against it, and kind of just like almost like a person in the shower, just like, oh, what's that? In giant. So is that you
You
done?
shall learn to fear my gods. And that's me done. Yeah.
Cool. You're still appearing as bird person. I'm not sure why.
I don't know why either. I've even changed everything to mumble, but it's still just like bad person. It's like,
I don't know why.
yeah, this is
So,
my life now.
so what are you doing then?
Where do you see bird person?
Where is it?
In the turn order.
There. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you don't. I don't think you see
Oh,
it.
you don't see. Oh, only me and Jay can see it.
But for
That's
some reason, I can
Because
see.
when you roll anything, it does say your name. So
Yeah. Never mind. So what are you doing?
I'm going to move forward a little bit, and I am
Okay.
going to use my Eye for Detail class thing that allows me to use my bonus action instead of an action to do a insight check against a creature that isn't incapacitated, opposed by the target's charisma deception check.
So it's deception check, which is charisma.
And I-
what are you trying to do?
It is for my insightful fighting class ability.
You do not gain insightful ability over this stone giant. Stone giant, frost
Okay.
giant.
Okay. I will just throw.
For
two
those of you
daggers.
who have maybe some time, I'll let Chibi tell you whenever he feels like it
about
about what you are.
Yeah, will do.
Yeah.
If I ever get a chance to actually use
For
it.
now, you're fighting giants.
Yep.
So yeah, you do not gain insightful fighting on this stone giant.
Mumble just kind of like watches it for a bit and then it's like just throws 2 knives at it. So the first one is a regular. God, that's with modifier. God. So that second one's only a 1 because it doesn't have the +5. I need to figure out how to do that.
You need a different roll. on
Yeah,
this
you
one.
need to do a separate one and kind of adjust the modifiers and things. Or, just tell me what it is after your deduction. I really don't care. As long as you tell me what damage it's dealing, I don't mind what it says there. Well, But yeah,
So it's,
with your
7 piercing in total.
two daggers, stick them in, and the stone giant falls backwards. Giles, just make me a dexterity check. Dexterity save, sorry.
What for?
As this large frost giant falls backwards onto your position.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, easy. So you just dive out of the way as this giant comes crashing back down onto this table.
Cool.
Yeah. And as it goes down, it does sort of looks like it sort of like says something loud in giants. Dax, you hear them hit him say like, "Intruders!"
Oh, goody, goody.
It's good on the
that like echo around the whole cavern or
It's
whatever?
quite loud.
Yeah, because like these guys are about what? Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm reading reading the markers wrong. My bad. Go on.
Okay, so Mumble. So yeah, you hockey 2 daggers. Is that it, or?
Oh yeah, that's me done. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. You don't want to move anywhere.
No, I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah.
I can't use a bonus action for anything else. Yeah, okay, I'm done. Yeah.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Dax.
Alright, well, Dax is going to come running up here with his club in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And as that's happening, my oh man, it didn't cover both axes. My spiritual weapon's going to move, and he's going to hit out at him.
12's a miss. No, yeah, you've got advantage on that, so that's a 16, which is enough, I believe.
Why?
So that's 12 force damage.
And then I use my club and smack him with my club.
Bonk! For 24 damage. 24 damage? 8 bludgeoning damage.
You can do 8.
Oh, so you put a divine strike into it as well.
Yes.
Cool, that's fine. Yeah, so 8 bludgeoning and radiant damage.
Well, it'd be if you want the exact number.
They don't have any.
three.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter. They don't have. There's that. None of that affects them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you strike out. Is that everything you'd like to do?
Yes, that is everything I'm going to. And I shout out that he's just alerted everyone.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So, Wakar.
Would we not have already heard that anyway?
Yeah, you probably would. They all would have heard.
It's like,
Well,
we know.
well, I suppose it's the giant spoken giant, so you might not have. It might have just said, Barbara, as it fell.
I can speak giant.
Oh, you speak giant as well. Oh, fair enough then.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah,
I know what he's saying.
I know what he's saying. He doesn't say Barbara.
That wasn't Barbara.
Oh, that
by
is
the
that.
way.
Yeah, that one's dead. The two daggers finished him off. And he fell
Damn.
fell
oh,
backwards.
nice. That tiny amount of
Yeah.
He had one hit point left over.
God
Yeah.
damn. Okay.
Okay. Then, what guy's just gonna prepare for the invasion that is about to come, and we'll move here to protect the rear.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm done because I dashed.
Let me just see. I need to zoom out a bit. Yeah. Okay. That is you. This last one. Let's see. Dax, you would have been the one who hit it first, so it strikes out at you with a couple of great axe strikes.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, well, sorry, it doesn't. My
Nope.
mistake.
I shout out in giant. No.
Bad giant.
18.
18. Oh, yeah, that just.
18 is a hit. 12 isn't though, is it?
No.
No, 12 is a miss, so that is one hit. Where's the other one? There it is.
18 is my armor.
Damn. You're a tinky beach.
24 slashing damage. Because this axe,
Okay.
once again, just like the first one, you kind of step to the side, and the second one just catches you, sort of spinning you in place a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's once again sort of shouts out in giant, intruders in the living quarters. Sort of as loud as it can. Akima,
No, there's not.
you can try it if you want.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'm gonna can I try that?
I will if you use your reaction. I will let you shout out, or I will let you
Yeah.
attempt to shout back in giant. And see if it is
I will
enough.
use my reaction.
Okay, roll me a
Yeah.
roll me a deception check. 19. Let's see. It got a natural 20 as well. Whatever was hearing out on that. So yeah.
So who has more stats in the
Well, no, it was natural 20. I'm not telling you what his modifier is. But yeah, you shout out in giant. You don't know what happens at that point.
If it has an effect, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Hold on a sec.
That's intro. No, it's not.
Have I done something? Oh, I tell you what I have done. I messed that up.
Like the only person that understands what I just said is Craneland.
Yeah, that one's. I'll tell you what I've done. I've fucked that up. That's better. So yeah, Akima.
Right, I'm going to cast light again.
Okay.
In its face.
In his face.
In its
Constitution.
Oh,
Jesus, that's
God.
nasty. Oh, it fails its Constitution save, doing
Nice.
42 necrotic damage.
Hot damn.
Once again, you just sort of you hold your hands forward and just almost like pull the life force out of the frost giant. And it's sort of like it like sinks down to its knees and then uses its grey axe to kind of like push itself back up slowly, and stares across at you, just angrily.
You will die.
Sorry, is there anything you'd like to do with your skeletons?
Well, I'll tell.
Move it back around to Akima.
Yeah.
I've gone too far now.
Skelly Bob will bash.
Okay.
That's like, yeah.
Yeah, 16 is a hit.
There's an advantage because of my spiritual weapon, would it not be?
Yeah, so, yeah, crits for 1 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's unarmed, so it's 1 plus its strength. Its strength is 0, but wizard necromancers get to add their proficiency bonus to damage, bring it to 5.
Yeah, okay.
And crits for 1, which is enough. As this giant falls
Just like
back.
a bit of his finger gets stuck inside his
Yeah, it's like my finger drops down to the floor.
Leave a cut.
You should arm your giant.
Skeleton.
Skeleton.
Well, I mean,
Not the giant, they don't need any more weapons.
No, I mean the skeleton, yeah. I misspoke. I apologize.
That's fine. So yeah, it comes to the end of your turn, and oh, hold on. What am I doing? I'm doing things. This is not quite Giles' turn just yet, unfortunately. Let's see.
What, is he dead?
Yep.
With the 1 crit damage, he dies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
It's like we all like wail on it.
Go, Bob!
Basically, yeah, it had 5 hit points left after the necrotic. Which is just no, it's stupid, Jimmy. It's so stupid. Yeah, this you hear this once again this female giant archer round the corner after realizing that whoever was saying no, there isn't, probably the intruder. Yeah, see, the first target that she sees would be, is that Giles? I can barely see you. And fires, pulls up the bow
I'll use my
and
deflect missiles
looses an.
I'll use my deflect missiles.
Yeah, sure,
ability.
that's fine. So I need to roll first. Let's see.
They have. That's quite a distance.
Yeah, they have very large bows capable of firing very large distances.
Very large.
8, so it's a miss. The arrow just sort of pulls back and fires into the side of the cavern behind where you are.
Hands on the other giant.
And yeah, cannot because it has loading. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that because that's metagaming. So yeah, the first one. Yeah, pulls back this bow and just misses it. It shoots back against the cavern wall behind you. So yeah, you don't need to worry about catching the thing. Giles.
Let's have a look. Feet. So I will use my bonus action to dash. And dash to there.
Oh shit.
And
Monk
then,
unarmored movement. It's mental. Now you see me. I'm over there.
then I will crack a 1 on a toe.
Seriously, Siri? Go away. 21 is a hit for 7 bashing damage.
Did you say?
And smash another toe.
Another toe. 20 is a hit as well for 10 bashing damage.
And then scurry around to the other side of her.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, oh, I better give her a turn, because I didn't give her a turn, did I? She was a 16. Actually, that works, because it'd be behind Akima. So, Giles, that's you done then.
Disney.
Beautiful. Graylin.
Okay, so basically it's too far away for me to do anything in terms of that fight.
You heard, well, you would have seen Giles kind of very quickly just towards there, so you know that there's something in that kind of area. But you don't know what. And you probably would have seen the very large arrow shoot forward and pierce into the wall.
30 feet movement.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get anywhere near the fight.
No, you can't.
You can die.
Funny that, how you're fighting in a giant stronghold and you can't really go that far because the place is too big.
Let's see. Bring it up here. Yeah, so instead, just as I'm moving 30 feet forward, to try to get as close to this as I possibly can, so that would bring me up just above this giant, I am going to cast Sneeze.
Cast Sneeze? Critical Sneeze!
Bless you.
Blow my own head off.
20 points of ew damage.
So yeah, I'm going to cast, if I can bring it up here, on myself. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And healing.
A massive 6.
So that's 14.
Oh, is that like at level 2? Oh.
No, healing word, bonus action.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so why twice? Oh, an action. Oh, sorry, yeah, Cure Wounds, then a healing word. My mistake.
Yeah.
You
so
heal
that was,
yourself.
14. Yeah, that's pretty much that's
Cool. Mumble.
Mumble is going to use what was it called again? Cunning action to use as bonus action to dash.
Okay.
This gets me just to barely there,
Hot damn.
and I will. Sorry, that was to like go from like around there.
Yeah, I assume.
You probably see me like do
measured
this
out.
like 5 times to make sure.
It's not quite as the crow flies.
Does the crow crawls?
Yeah.
That was horrible.
There it was, it
it's
wasn't
like
good.
dad jokes everywhere
Ain't
tonight.
it just though?
And it's not even me!
Mm-hmm.
So like looking around, I see probably just barely see tiny man. Rather,
it's not particularly hard to see, but sort of just behind where this giant is, but sort of spinning around. It looks like it's turning around to face Giles.
Nice.
It's a
I
she.
shall. It's she.
Let's gender it.
It's a he. And I will throw my.
You don't know. You have to look and find out.
Throw a dagger.
So dagger. Ooh, that's a. Well, no. I'd say you've got advantage on that.
Get advantage.
Yeah,
from
I will
this?
say you've got that. So that is
Nice,
massive 7
awesome.
piercing damage.
And I will use my sneak attack because I have advantage.
And because there's an enemy of your enemy.
Why is it able to
Why is
crit?
that a crit? I'm not sure.
Just
Probably because
ignore
you've
that.
got it as an attack.
Yeah, it's because like it's a
sneak
range
attack.
Weird.
Oh yeah, sneak attack can crit, but only if you
I
crit
don't
with
know
your
why
original.
Yeah, if
Right,
you crit
I
with the
can
actual
save that.
with the actual weapon, then it can. But
It's the,
what I would
it's
maybe
the-
do is recommend setting
Yeah.
it as a spell, maybe.
I actually
and
set it
not
up.
having, like,
I
a
actually
roll
have
or
different
something.
attacks when I have and don't have sneak
Yeah,
attack.
just obviously. I mean, like I said, as long as I know the damage that's being dealt as this, I'm not
I
entirely
know, but I
bothered
don't know
how it
to
shows
work
up.
properly.
But
It's 23 just.
but it's
is it?
5
Yeah, it's
5d6 damage for 23 sneak attack damage. That's cool.
God, that looks so janky. Okay, I'm gonna
It's
fix
fine.
that. And that is my turn up.
Okay. Yeah, you sink once again, just to a dagger, and it seems to stick underneath one of the armor sections, of where she is. Dax.
That's what I'm going to use my action to dash. And come right round here.
could say are dashing through the snow.
Really? Good.
And
What?
I love that.
Krillin suicides.
It makes my job easier, man. Makes my job
It's
easier.
like Shillelagh's himself.
Let's
You can
get
see that.
ready to mumble.
Little Maltese reindeer.
Oh man, that's so good. So you just
Right,
dash around.
Yeah, and I use my bonus action to move my spiritual weapon up just an itchy bitty bit closer, because I can only move at 20 feet.
No worries. Okay, Watgar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hang on a minute, that's not got a turn.
Yeah, what guy's just gonna dash here. Dash, 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 dash.
Dash, dash, dash.
Dash, 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 dash.
Here, not.
Yeah, is that as far as
I'm
you've
done.
gone? Cool.
Yep.
Akima. I tell you what, I'm just going to move this one out of the way just for ease of moving through. But remember, there's a dead giant there.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm moving myself over here. I'll be like, good job, Bob. And tell him to bugger off and find the fight.
Just scars across the floor. Skitters, I suppose.
He moves over there. On there. And this one.
The as yet unnamed zombie.
And that one's following it around. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to dash?
How much is dash again?
It's your movement again. Well, up
Oh.
to your movement.
Yeah.
It's your action to do that.
That's the lady giant is really awesome. Has a really awesome token.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's actually a Goliath, and I just like made it blue for ice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. I like it.
It's good.
Yeah, I've moved.
Cool. Okay.
It looks cool. I didn't say it looked pretty.
That's true.
It looks pretty.
Right, so that's you done?
Yeah, that's me done.
Let me see. What's she gonna do? Tell you what, I'm gonna roll a thingy. Ba-doo. Actually, let's decide what I'm gonna do. Even, odd. Odd turns around and yeah, looks like swings around for you. Giles is going on. Whatever. I'm gonna ignore it. So yeah, make Sunona Unomand. Actually, he's gonna try and grapple you. Being a small, tiny thing. So that would be it's my strength, isn't it, versus your whichever,
Use athletics. Make an athletics roll.
which I have done.
What did you get?
Well, what you have to roll. I'm not going to tell you what I rolled because I'm the GM. That's how it
Oh,
works.
sorry.
It's alright.
Sorry, just.
Oh,
because
come on,
we
adding
took
up.
it,
Jesus. Yeah. So yeah, your athletics or acrobatics. Yeah, no, you, she reaches down, tries to clutch you, grasp you, you just nimbly dodge out of the way. Yeah, that's what she does. Giles, what do you do in return?
Right, as she's reaching down,
Mhm.
I'll actually. How's she looking anyway? Has she?
She's not taken that many hits. She took a sneak attack hit, so that was reasonable. You saw there was quite a lot of pain from the sneak attack hit, but other than that, I mean, she's very
I've
large
smashed a couple
and
of toes as well. I don't
Yeah.
know whether or not- see it.
yeah, she's
Cool.
not doing too badly.
Right, in that case, as she reaches down to grab me, I'll scamper up her arm,
Mhm.
up onto her shoulder, and thwack her one in the ear.
Okay.
I want to know where you get such a durable, mug from. Are you using your mug? Or?
No, this the
No,
huge
it's my
basher is
mace.
the
Oh,
mace.
that's your mate. I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Yeah.
I want to mug that durable.
And I'll make that a stunning strike.
A stunning strike, which is Constitution again. What's the DC again?
40.
It's a pass.
And then I'll hit her again.
24 is a hit for 11 bashing damage.
And I will hit her again.
And again.
And 18 is a hit again. Just remind me what you're getting 3 for. Oh, it's an armed one, yeah, no worries. So that's another 6 bashing damage.
So, yeah, and I'll just kind of stay on her.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just say use a bit of your movement, but you're there, so it doesn't really matter. Kralin.
Well, I'm gonna try and get up as close as I possibly can. I'm just barely managing to get my head around the corner here.
Yep.
Um,
Sorry, if you're behind where Mumble is, you've got line of sight, so it's fine.
yeah. So basically,
Just so you're aware, Giles is currently on the giant, just in case that alters plans. But carry on.
Okay, but given the size of the giant, is the giant actually taking up that many squares?
Well, it's hard to tell with like the size of it's not taking up all of the space, but it's taking up a reasonable amount of space.
Is it taking up larger than 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's basically just catching the front end of
Okay.
her. Then, say if Giles is up around the back,
Yeah,
it's
sure,
just
that's
catching the
fine.
front end. And yeah, she basically just see this kind of light coming through the doorway, just kind of coming over the top of her head.
Mhm.
And as it does, you see in the distance my hand just splashing down like that. And again, I will cast.
You radiant bitch slapper through a moonbeam.
But DC 16.
Oh, sorry, yeah, DC 16. Constitution. Oh god, that's off the thing. Yeah, that's a pass as well, so that's half damage. So is that 15?
Yep.
Cool, 15 radiant damage. As this radiant light comes down on her and she just kind of shrugs off most of the damage. Just kind of a hearty giant-sized chuckle. Says to you in Giants, you'll have to try harder than that, blue one. Ho 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 ho.
I'm just gonna shout.
Solo. Ho ho ho.
Giant.
I'm just gonna shout back. You've got a Giles on you.
Is that you done?
That's the end of my turn.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Bird person. Mumble.
Bird Mumble is going to use exactly 30 feet to get to there.
Okay.
And I'm going to lash out with Shadow Bite.
And I will give you the advantage on this because Giles is kind of up there doing things.
Hey, thank
I'm
you.
feeling generous.
Love you.
So it is a 20, so it's an 8. With Shadow Bite.
26. So 20 extra, so 28.
What's the
total for that one.
5d6 from?
That's sneak attack.
Oh, sneak attack, sorry, yeah.
Advantage?
Yeah, no, that's fine. So that's 8 from that, and then 20 sneak
then,
attack damage. As you take Shadow Bite and sort of move it, sort of slash it round towards the meat, you almost sort of feel the dagger kind of merge with your hand and kind of form the blade, which strikes through. And then as you sort of pull back, it kind of reforms back into the blade again.
And then as it goes through the flesh, I go, eyes to meet you. Then the other hand, I lash it with another dagger. With my offhand.
Nothing's come up yet for me. Oh, I've just realised they're not showing on. They've not been showing on there, so no one on stream isn't seeing what's been going on. Oh dear. But the 19 is a hit, so that's fine.
For an extra 1
For an
damage.
extra 1 damage.
I did it.
Sweet, you did do it, Mumble.
He's not ambidextrous, he's very weak with one arm. It's like he's got like that syndrome of like one really big arm, one tiny arm.
We're so proud of you. Is that you done then?
That's me done.
Cool. Dex.
Well, I use my bonus action to move up my spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
I think 22, which is practically on that square I'm on, but I'm going to move myself. And I'm going to run down here. And then... Oh, don't fail me now, Felor! Strike with my... Damn it,
Both
Felor.
of those are misses, I'm afraid.
That's
So-
my guess because
Yeah, they're terrible.
Next fucker that dad jokes is getting fucking smited. Right?
I did not know you had Thor's hammer. That's awesome. All I will say is you can certainly try.
Looks like we'll have to get ready to mumble.
Tonight, the part of God of Butt Thunder will be played by.
Dear God. Whatgar. Where are you, Whatgar?
That's no good.
You're there.
And
Oh dear. For dangers over short distances. Akima.
Hey.
almost there. Almost there.
Justin, I'm gonna move him over there. Zombies, I'm just not gonna bother with because they're too slow.
They can dash. Did you dash? But
I dashed, yeah.
okay.
Oh, so you've dashed. Or have you not moved?
I'm not. No, I'm not gonna dash this time.
Okay. Yeah, if you move into that little entrance where you've
Yeah,
got
I'm
the line
gonna
of sight.
be. Yeah, and then I'm going to cast light again.
Light.
I'll do it 5th level.
Ooh, 5th level.
I'm so glad Sling of Meteors is not a thing right now.
Yeah.
See that?
Kronk's not around to get incinerated. We're all good.
That's true, yeah. If Kronk was there, it'd go straight for him. Constitution save. And this 5th level, so you'll need to roll some extra damage for that.
Yeah.
1d8.
8.
Roll the natural 1.
Hey.
47 damage.
Akima, how would you like to do this? You had 26. You had 26 health left. You dealt 41 after doing the extra damage. Well done.
Alright, so, like, stare at her like, come at me, bruh.
Yeah, you usher forward with this
Come at
skeletal
me.
purple hand reaches forward and grasps around her whole form, just sort of almost crushing. And as the hands crush around, you feel them pull away with a life force, and the body of the frost giant just slumps down to the floor, just lifeless. The form sort of very gaunt and pale looking, almost white at this point.
You're making my zombie bitch.
Cool. Yeah. So, that one is dead. Slumps down to the floor. Right, what do you do?
Mumble turns to Akima. Thanks for the help.
Alright, love.
Help.
Yeah, I got it. It hurt. It hurt so bad. It hurt so bad.
Giles is going to be like stood on the body kicking it. Stupid giants. Guys, I found some really stinky ale in this cupboard, but there was also a huge set of drawers.
Well, perhaps we should go have a look at these drawers.
Yeah, follow me.
As you turn around and start making your way there, so who speaks giant? Just Dax and Kralin.
Just
Okay.
before actually we do that though, I go like walk up to him. It's like, can I give him a shove and go? No, there isn't. You're not allowed to speak giant anymore.
Yeah, and as you usher this warning towards Dax, you hear spoken out in giants. You who speaks giant, come now, see me. Face your reckoning.
Like,
A
as
very
soon as
loud,
me
very
and
booming
Kralin
voice.
Hear this massive grin comes across my face. Like, this is my chance to speak giant again.
And before he gets a chance, I shout out, "There's nobody here!" in giant.
We know you're there. Come out of hiding.
And
Ice
Mumble
rats.
doesn't know what's being
Didn't
said,
work.
Yeah.
but he just repeats back what's being shouted at him. So he's just repeating what he's saying back.
Except it's kind of awkward because you're sort of hearing it in. Yeah. So you are speaking. You're speaking giant, but you don't understand what's being said.
No,
Which
I'm
is
just
very
like,
strange.
Parlez-vous français pour
Yeah.
le baguette. don't
with
know.
that,
It's like an American speaking French with a really terrible accent.
They say they want, basically, they want the person who spoke giant to come out and show themselves. And with that, I'm going to use.
And it came so you know it came from this direction.
Yeah. And just so like, and I start making my way forward, but just before I leave the site, I cast Thaumaturge like that, and really the biggest voice I can do in giant.
Yeah, sure. It's a minor wonder, but I'll allow it. Yeah. So you speak out in giant.
Yep, just like extremely loud. If you make me come out, you will be sorry.
You are the one who will be sorry. Come meet me face to face as a true warrior.
It should be really upsetting that only like an 8.5-foot Goliath's about to walk around the corner.
And while he's out in front of everybody else, I'm like running everyone else around. Go, we need to go this way, back again. Let him go out and fight the giants.
And
We're gonna go this way.
I step out there.
Okay. As you step out, you see. Well, you don't really see much, but you do see to the what would that be? To the right of you. I'm going to show the token because that's so much easier. Rather than being mental, I'm just going to do this whole section here for
like
now.
There's probably someone like right there, isn't there?
Yeah, you do actually see there is a. Oh no, they're invisible at the moment. That's why. Token layer. Yeah, you do see that there is a. Yeah, there is a frost giant. Doesn't have her bow aimed at you. Has it like at her kind of like. There's like an arrow in it, but it's not like pointed at you or like pulled back ready. Just kind of like loose in there. Just sort of sees you and kind of gestures to the edge of the cavern. And once again, you're shouted, "Come face me! You who sneaks through my stronghold."
Okay, like I sort of turn my head back and see Mumble, and I just sort of go, stay quiet, stay hid, but just like loud enough for. And then I start walking forward towards the edge of the cavern.
So you go to the edge of the cavern.
Which is, I think,
you notice that the frost giant is sort of watching you, but isn't like making any moves against you. While Dax is moving forward, the rest of you, what are you doing?
Mumble turns to the rest of the group that he's lost his head.
I'm trying to usher everybody back away from the door, and almost if we can, or if they want to, back through the way we came.
I'm still heading for the room with the draw.
Yeah. Okay. So you start making your way. Yeah. You can move as far as you want.
I'm gonna go search this giant lady.
You're going to fondle the giant lady. It would take you a while to fondle, but sure, I will allow it. So you start rifling through the pockets and various pouches that this one has, and you find a roll me a d4.
Roll me a caltrop.
Put your hand in giant caltrop. It's actually d4, yeah.
Oh.
You find a large haunch of roasted meat. That's all right in one of the pockets. And yeah, when I say large haunch of meat, like it would be, you'd need both of your hands to kind of hold this, and even with your own strength, you're not sure you'd be able to fully like hold on to it. It's a very large like chunk of meat on a bone.
I'll leave the meat alone.
Yeah.
I'll put it to one side.
That's about all that one has.
Are the zombies looking hungry?
Kraylin, Mumble, and Watgar, what are you doing?
Well, I was gonna back up Dax.
Yeah, you can go with Dax if you want.
Mumble just kind of turns the rest of the group here is walking away. It's like just like gestures.
Which way?
Big man.
I'm just gonna shrug at this point and just give up on the fact of trying to get these guys to safety, and I'm
Like
just gonna
Vanderhart
wander
cats.
back.
As no one's followed me, I'll do the same.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I'm heading your way.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Kralin's gone up with you, Giles.
Oh well, yeah. As no one's following me, I'll head back.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Kralin had gone to follow you.
I'm just gonna
Yeah, and
stay
as
here.
no one else is following me,
Okay,
I'll
fair enough. Okay.
head back.
I'm just gonna wait with
Hold on, where's
Mumbles here.
back?
Just so I
So-
can back up Dax if he needs it.
I will
Mumbles,
return to my current position.
All right.
I'm just gonna nod at Watgar then to start heading out towards Dax as well.
I'm
Okay.
going to
About here.
dissect the giant.
You want to go through? Why? What do you want from the giant?
I'm just gonna search the giant, see if there's basically
And,
any clues to
which-
what's going on in here.
Yeah, the one that was closest to you. Will you roll me a actually, give me a thing. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, you find a small book. I mean, it is quite large in your hands. But it is, it's enough to like carry. But it does have like scrawled on the front of it. Do you speak Gnomish? Or gnome?
Class. Background. Common, Elvish, Giant, or Beast Leaf is basically on the card.
No, so it's not in a language
Yeah,
that you
no.
understand.
Nope.
Yeah,
I
it's all
speak Gnomish.
It's my book. Back off.
yeah, that's what you find.
Sweet. So yeah, well, if this is so large that I can carry it, but not small enough to kind of
It's
put
not
anywhere.
small enough that you could like store it in like a bag or something. It'd have to be like under your arm or something.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'll just kind of grab that and wander back in again.
Okay.
And
Just
did any of the rest of you want anything from them?
Yeah, we'll go have a.
What's they got?
Oh, I got a lovely book. I think it might be a bestseller.
See, what's she in? And I'll like poke at it.
It's a book.
What's she got in it?
Words.
and pictures.
Well, what's the words for? Is it a map? Is it a story? I like stories.
I haven't read it yet, but I'm sure it'll be a good read.
What's she called?
It's called You Need to Sober Up.
That's so boring.
12 steps. Look, if you want something, go and get it yourself. This is my book, okay? My book.
Sure, book. Sure. And I'll go and poke around a giant.
The other giant, yeah.
Poke a giant.
Okay. Roll me a D7.
Heads. D7, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck's a D7?
There's 7
okay.
options. You can do /RD anything. It's just a way of rolling a random number. You find a giant-sized gong. It's a large round
Pardon?
a gong. A large round. Sorry, yeah. No, not a bong. A gong with a G. Large brass circle mounted on like a piece of wood. And give me a religion check.
And these were a couple of party boys.
Yeah, man.
Oh, did that not roll?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there anyway.
It's just taking its time.
Yeah, the 20. You notice that this is it's the figure of it's emblazoned with the figure, a large giant figure known as I forget this right, Thrym. I think that's how it's pronounced, which is basically the god of frost giants.
Thrimming?
The frost giants god. I think it's Thrym. Thrym. And it's basically just like the frost, the god that the frost giants worship.
And is it like proportional to the giants? Like, is it huge?
It's like for like our size, it's like maybe like pocket watch size. It's like a small one, personal one, but it is still very large for you.
Right, I'll leave it be. That was
Yeah.
exciting.
Again, most of the stuff that these guys have will probably be unusable by humans, unless I say otherwise. But yeah, that's what it has. So, who is approaching up with Dax then? Just so I know.
Mumbly.
And what guy?
Like walk right up to the side of Dax.
Okay. So yeah, as you we start moving forward, Dax, you look down in the crater. Crater? Sure, whatever. And you see the figures stood there. Two at the back look like the two look similar to the frost giants that you've already fought. Mm-hmm. You see one at the back which looks still like a huge size, but like slightly smaller and not as muscly. And looks like it has a what does it have? It has a like a quarter, what looks like probably the giant equivalent of a quarter staff. So for a giant, that's a full staff, not a quarter staff. See what I did there? It's marked with these like blue. Sorry, it was too easy. Marked with these like blue tattoos and tribal markings and piercings of various forms. The two giants have grey axes. The one at the front appears slightly larger and more muscled than the two to the rear. Wearing a helmet with these like large white horns on it, and it has a pair of what look like long swords, but like giant-sized long swords, one in each hand. It's wearing armor that looks.
Extra long swords.
Extra long swords, yeah. And it's wearing armor that looks a bit better constructed. Like, it doesn't look like it's like patchwork like the rest of them are wearing. It definitely looks like it's better armor. Big white beard, blue skin. It's just pointing one sword up at you. Are you the one that speaks giants? Towards Dax, sorry. Being the first one that appeared. Oh, you also do notice, sorry, around the in front of the one with like the tattoos and things, there are two what essentially look like humanoids made out of ice, also known as ice elementals.
Oh, okay.
Put them on the thing. Boom. Yeah. They're kind of like almost like at the feet of the tattooed one. So, what brings you to my stronghold, speaker of the giant tongue? I am Ranus of the Frost Giants.
We are coming looking for dragons that bestow ill upon this plain existence that we live in.
You'll find no dragons here. He left long ago. He just grins in your direction. You get the sense that this giant probably knows the dragon that you're referring to.
Mumble just kind of like leans over to Dax, like, "What's his name?"
What? I don't know. What is your name?
He said his name was Ranus.
Oh, Ranus. Ranus.
R-A-N-U-S.
His name is Ranus.
Could you translate for me?
Yes, and I'll like relay whatever
yeah, sure.
you say. I'm not gonna.
Basically,
Dax,
at this
like-
point, all people have heard is
Yeah. Essentially.
and me going, "No, we need to go this way. No, go to where the noise is coming from."
Go to where the girls are.
If you as soon as you do sort of say something like to Trass, I assume you like say, oh, his name was Ranus. Yeah. Ranus notices that you're like talking to somebody else and shouts, says back before you sort of say anything else, "Bring your friends forward. No more creeping around my stronghold. We outnumber you."
Yes. Yes, you do. But how do you know the dragon?
He bestows gifts upon us. Gifts that we may use in our raiding. I assume you are the party come to take him down, as you have the White One.
Who's the white one?
We're apparently well
Actually,
known here.
you don't necessarily know the White One.
Yeah, like, who's the white one? Mumble, who's the white one?
You
He
also
looked at
don't
his
know.
feathers like, not me.
You don't know the White One.
No.
The only one that technically does at this point is Watgar.
Yeah.
Luckily, what goes right behind me?
Actually, no, Dax. Yeah, you would do because you were at the briefing with Sildus.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Watgar, Dax, Giles, you wouldn't. Kraylin and Akima, you would do. Actually, yeah. So yeah, you know that he is referring to Lord Mathelix.
Yes. Yes. Well, what are you going to stop us from killing this dragon?
At this point, he has already left and begun his terror reign upon the world. There is nothing you can do to stop him. They promised me the fight of a life. The fight of a strong party. If one of you beats me in single combat, the rest of you will leave free. I give you my word, my warriors will not do anything to aid me. But should any of yours intervene, there will be pain.
I nominate
Alright.
myself.
Mumble just like pulled his arm.
Okay, as Watgar's walking like past me, I turn around and go. I sort of rest my hand on his shoulder of Watgar and go. This person here is he nominates himself to fight.
I like
you
the way
in
that
one-on-one.
Watgar's got no idea what's going on, and you've just got a giant bit. You haven't a single clue what on earth's happening.
You choose
kinda
a creature
standing
of such small
I've
stature
been
as your
relaying.
champion.
He might be small, but he packs a punch, and like with my hand rested on, I cast that.
Death Ward, cool.
I'm just kind of standing at the entrance beside Giles. Giles listening to the whole thing, arms folded, just kind of sitting there and just kind of nudge Giles. Jackass is going to get himself killed.
What's happening?
I just turned Watgar. It's one-on-one combat. This will be
I
painful.
hope it's not unarmed again. Prefer using our weapons.
You see, you look down at Ranus, and he has these two large long swords, which he's sort of spinning around in his hands, kind of taking a few test swipes in front of him.
Okay, I'll just say, I will walk down with him and stand and watch the fight from down there.
The rest of your friends will come down too. I shan't have you parading around. Parading? Sure. I shan't have you raiding the rest of my stronghold. Bring everyone forth now, or you will all die.
I'm gonna
Everybody?
nudge Giles. I'm gonna nudge Giles again and go. He's sending the smallest one in to fight the giant.
This is gonna be fun.
And I sort of like shout everyone over, like, guys, come on, we have to go down here.
Oh come on! Why are you giving us away?
I want a giant zombie.
I'm gonna creep over to the edge and just sort of peep over, hopefully without being seen.
There's like one right here.
Yeah, there is one right there which is trained and looking out. You see that there is one over on the other side. They know that people are there. So,
Yeah, well, they know
unfortunately-
now.
Yeah,
Is that a no? I can't
that
try
is.
and hide?
Well, you can try and sneak out, but as you do start to sneak forward, you notice that there is a large giant watching the entranceway. You have no way of getting past without being seen.
Just like you can't really sneak through a hallway without any kind of cover, I guess.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But yeah, as we are at 10 o'clock, I'll call the game there for the day, and we shall pick up next week. see what the result of the one-on-one combat between Wotgar Runax, the dwarven fighter of that place that I can never remember the way you're from, and the frost giant chief Ranus.
Excellent. It's
For
gonna
those
be
people at home,
dun.
here's a preview.
interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, you still have second win ready.
yeah, and you have Death Ward, so quite
Which
good.
is like, obviously I can't intervene with their fight, but I can heal myself.
There's a verbal component to Death Ward.
Yeah, you're not gonna get able to cast it.
Ah, shit, yeah, there is. Well, like, I could have gone.
Let's send in the guy that always gets himself
Yeah.
nearly killed every single time he goes into melee combat.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens when we pick
Yeah,
up
but
the
the reason
game.
but the reason I go into melee combat so you don't have to. That's sort of the point.
Yeah.
Who else is gonna be a melee combat?
I got a club.
You could like.
Krillin, you
I
gonna get your ass
nominate-
smashed.
And if he can get his ass smashed
My
multiple
friend.
times in beast forms before he even takes damage.
No, he's out of beast forms now, aren't you?
He has no AC. He's gonna get squished like a bug.
There was your spider was your first one earlier, and then your bear form.
16 AC.
You have a bonus 1 to AC now as well.
16 AC.
Who has a bonus to AC?
I'm pretty sure it does.
What's that for Death
Creature
Ward?
can... Oh, wait, shit, no, I cast the wrong one.
Did
Yeah,
you?
I
I mean, get Death Ward is not a bad one to cast, but
I think you want the other one, yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
something that
but yeah,
does with
if you
damage
are going to be casting something with a verbal part to it,
cast
Ranus will probably warn you
Notice.
that if there was just a somatic, you'd maybe be able to get away with that. But with a
Which one is
verbal,
it?
he knows that you would be casting something and would say, would